Hey, man, like, you ever just real tired?
Every day of my life.
Yeah. I mean, we're dads. We
Allegedly.
work. We're dads.
Yes, we're fathers.
We work hard.
We're blue collar.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's hard to find something that keeps up with that.
That's legal.
That's legal, for sure. Something that doesn't show up on a drug test.
Right.
You're right. I think we might have found the product of all products.
Yeah, it's called Dubby Energy.
And that's D-U-B-B-Y, energy.
So my favorite thing about it is it's like a clean energy because it doesn't have any sugar. It's made from coffee bean extract.
Yeah, it contains coffee fruit extract.
Coffee fruit extract.
You're
Apologies. Right. And then nootropics.
Yeah.
Which are naturally occurring things.
And it makes your brain fire in a way that like keeps you sharp, keeps you productive, and this stuff doesn't make you shit your pants.
Right. Which coffee does.
And also, it's not $4 a can. You can buy the whole tote for $30, and it's
30 servings.
It's
30 servings for $39.99.
And that puts you like at $1. So
yeah, it's $1.30 per beverage.
Right.
And the cool thing is, if you go to dubby.gg and make an order,
you can use our beautiful promo code
Truck Beers, all one word. You get 10% off.
Please don't forget the S, because if you forget
Multiples.
the S,
Truck Beers. Check it out. Let us know what you think. We like it. We're fans.
We're fans. We're W boys,
and we're picky.
They also have a flavor called Dub Sludge, and I love that so much.
They also, if you're not looking for energy, you're just looking for hydration, they have hydration packets also that are flavored. So it's just an electrolyte blend.
Kind of like the other brand, but cheaper?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So check them out.
Get hydrated, idiots.
They're super pro gamer. They're big anime fans, like all the cool stuff.
Yeah, and they're taking a chance on your two favorite buttholes.
That's right.
So
give them a shot.
Give them a shot.
They gave us a shot.
Kissy.
DUBBY.GG, promo code Truck Beers.
Hey, we're back.
Welcome to Trip.
We're back. We made another.
Welcome to the train. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Up to Thunderdome, bitch.
Dude, I feel like I was in the damn Thunderdome today.
This whole week's been kind of
it wasn't a bad day.
Just busy.
And it wasn't bad busy. Like, it was all easy shit. But it was just one thing after another. I was like, I can't breathe.
Yeah. That's a simulation throwing shit in your way when you're getting too close to the truth.
You look like if Riff Raff and Ray Charles had a kid.
Riff Raff?
Careful. Careful. Careful.
No, Spotify, you can't see this because y'all are waiting for us to release it on Spotify, and we don't have video on there yet. But you can see on our YouTube, and you can fucking skip ahead to where right now is on the YouTube, and you can see this beautiful sign.
It looks pretty cool.
No, it looks more than cool, dude. I don't understand.
Like, the resolution between the screen on my phone and this TV is insane. Like, I guess the contrast is just wild.
Let me take these hater shades off.
It's perfect. It looks fantastic. This
Yeah.
really sweet lady got it for me for my birthday.
She got it for us for your birthday.
That's right.
That's
right.
You was like, a fucking gift, dude.
I know, dude. It's badass.
I guess we have to keep doing this now.
We're stuck.
Because that's going to be a weird wall decor if we quit now.
Nah.
Just joking.
It'll always look
We'll
cool.
never quit. Because quitting is for communists.
Hi, Gina Bishop.
Oh, my mom.
Oh, no. Hi, Mom.
So I was reading the Bible. And, it's reading...
hide the drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, she said I'd never amount to anything. Mom,
I got a custom neon.
look at our sign and our table. Our table's looking legit. There's a lot of cool things in there. I like the fact that we have a soldering iron in the background.
Yeah. You never know when you might need to solder some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you can stay.
That's disgusting, Mom.
That's disgusting.
Ah, man, I just signed. It's awesome. High quality.
It's legit.
Yeah.
It's lighter than I thought it would be too.
It just, God, dude.
It came with like, you could either hang it with like a cable.
And this lets me know any picture I send in for a sign
Could be made awesome. Like they even got the colors right for the lights.
Yeah.
It's pretty legit.
Pretty fucking legit.
I have a cat now.
Yeah. Louis!
So if you hear some weirdness in the background or suddenly see a cat, welcome to my life. Wow, how Wowworms? Official?
Cool.
What about, where's the unofficial?
Everything's unofficial. I just, like, honestly, the sign blows me down.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a cool gift.
Yep.
That's like out of all the gifts I've ever received, that's the coolest gift I've ever seen. Your gift is the coolest gift I've ever received. That's what I feel like right now.
It's
gnarly, dude.
It's like I said, it's one of the most thoughtful gifts I've ever gotten in my entire life.
Yeah. You hear that, ladies?
We're not hard.
No. Just get us a custom sign
Yeah.
of our podcast logo.
So everybody out there, you start a podcast, like everybody has one anyway, and then get a cool logo, and then get you a badass woman that'll get you a custom sign.
Voila.
And here you are.
Man, men's happiness.
That's right.
You said she gave you like another 6 months on this earth.
Probably.
Yeah.
It dropped my blood pressure a little bit.
That was so dark. I'm sorry.
You have a reason to live.
Well, you texted me the other day and you were like, yeah, man, I don't feel right today.
Dude, Monday.
And I was like, oh no, something's wrong personally. Like,
no.
And you're like, no, dude, I'm going to die.
I was not
not doing well.
Not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up.
And you asked like you're the worst person in the world for medical advice.
You just told me don't die or I'll come get you.
Yep.
I was like, okay, cool.
Yep, I'll kill myself and drag you back. Yep.
Woke up Monday morning like 7:15, 7:30, like always. Let the dogs outside, like always. Yep. I got out of bed and I was like, I'm a little lightheaded. Maybe I stood up too fast. No big deal, right?
Yeah.
And then I was walking back to the bedroom because I was going to start getting dressed for work. And I got like dizzy and got like cold sweats.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to sit down. So I sat down, and the next thing I know, it's 8:15.
You got abducted by aliens.
Like I just went boom.
It's lost time.
And like when I woke up, it was like a jerk. It wasn't a very gradual like, oh, that was restful.
You're like, oh.
And I was like, oh, yeah. It was scary.
Yeah.
Like I didn't, and then I just felt off and out of it all day long.
Band practice, you weren't normal.
I didn't drink.
No. I drank Powerade and water.
I drank water and Gatorade, Powerade, whatever, all day long.
Yeah.
That's all I had. I had a Coke at band practice.
Coke's good for you.
Yeah,
like one.
I needed a little caffeine. But
one Coke. One Coke a day.
Yeah, it cleans the battery acid off your terminals.
Yes. Yeah. It dissolves meat in a controlled situation. No, I was worried about you. But like I don't know what to say. Like I said go to the doctor at one point. I was like, you probably should get that looked at.
Yeah, and if it would have lasted into Tuesday, I would have.
Yeah.
But I woke up Tuesday morning and I felt significantly better. Still not 100%, but by the end of the day, Tuesday, I was pretty much
top notch.
Top notch.
Cool. Yeah.
Hasn't happened again, thankfully.
One time I was at Lake Hawkins with my like entire family, and like I had like a lightheaded feeling, and I was like, I'm gonna go grab something to drink, and I had to go to the cooler that was in the parking lot.
Yeah,
it was in the back of my car, so I'm gonna go grab something to drink, and like the whole family's like real close to the water, facing the water, and I was like 20 yards behind them, walking to the like exit to the parking lot, and I fucking just pass out, blackout completely. Like a guy was shaking me awake, and like I'm in the sand,
Face down, just
face down.
out.
He's like, dude, your face turned purple. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you were just seized up, and your face turned purple. And I was like, what? Like it threw me for a loop, and then I went to the cooler and grabbed a drink and came back. And Kaylin at the time was just like, "What took you so long?" I was like,
I almost died.
I passed out like right behind y'all. She goes like, "Oh, is that what that was?" They saw people like looking around, but they didn't realize it was me. And I was like, "Yeah." It was weird. That was the weirdest thing. Like since that day, I was like, "Am I gonna die like that?" Like,
yeah,
that's a spooky feeling.
Well, like I've never had blood pressure issues,
right?
And I don't know if it's a blood sugar thing because I didn't eat much on Sunday. I had breakfast and I had like snack throughout the day, but I didn't eat another like meal.
Yeah,
but I wasn't like hungry or like I was like, oh, I need to eat. It's like, yeah, it was whatever.
Maybe you like popped a serious boner and all the blood left your head.
I don't know. It was
just like, ugh.
It was not fun.
I make jokes when I'm uncomfortable, so
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, I wish that's what would have happened.
That would be great.
That'd be a good way to go.
That'd be the wildest way to go.
Yeah.
Like,
what happened? Well, he had the biggest erection known to man.
I'm so sorry. He's no longer with us. His boner got too heavy.
Drug him down.
His blood left his body.
All my brain blood's in my boner.
Yeah.
It was nuts. Like if it would have been for like the cold sweats thing, I would have immediately thought like blood pressure related something.
The cold sweats that's
what threw me off.
That's blood sugar for the most part.
Yes.
Yeah, like just
after I ate, it still didn't.
That's what. Yeah, because I asked you like, did you eat?
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't know. Like when you say sweats, that's just like what I think of. No,
Anyway.
Your body was like fighting the most serious virus and it won. But in the casualty is you falling asleep for a little bit and feeling
Like
bad.
losing 45 minutes of my life that I didn't prepare for. Yeah.
I wonder how hard you were snoring at that time.
I don't think I was.
Oof. Fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Just don't do that ever again.
It's on the counter.
On the table in the room.
Good grief. You can't help it, can you?
No, that's okay. That's an
okay.
acceptable question.
We had oh shit. Ollie's had one of like a fucking gnarly show. We talked about it last week, but it was a good show.
This is the.
Did you forget about that? Your blackout?
This will be the recap of the show that we talked about. No, it was a fantastic show, man. All those bands were great.
Yeah.
I still can't remember the name of the first band.
Do Chance.
Do Chance.
But it's spelt all crazy.
Yeah.
It's all the Cloverfield guys.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is.
Okay.
I when they were all walking in there, I was like, "Oh, Cloverfield's here," and they're like, "We're Dude Chance."
Yep.
And I was like, "No,
Are you the Clover or the Field? It's like half the band.
Well, like only one band member wasn't in. Or there's actually Cloverfield has a bunch of band members.
Yeah, they got like 7 dudes.
I don't know what the deal was, but most of them were there, like helping with merch that they forgot.
I heard him talking about that on stage. Like, yeah, we left our merch at home.
Yeah,
but you can just give us money.
No,
I need a tangible thing to trade for my dollars.
I need to have something.
Yeah,
I got this shirt from Kevin Blaylock. He was selling all his old band shirts. This is the lead singer from Black Dahlia Murder.
Okay,
he killed himself.
Oh.
And I had one of these shirts when it was new, and I lost it. And then I saw it again. I was like, "It's destiny."
Yeah,
gotta have it because he's like one of my favorite. Was one of my favorite lead singers.
Yeah,
he was very creative.
I bought the Parish Brewing Company Ghost in the Machine shirt. It's so comfortable.
He has a lot of brewery shirts.
Yeah, he said he's gonna bring more of them next time.
How many shirts does he fucking have?
1 billion? I don't know.
I was telling him, like, I remember, like, 2016, 2017, I gave fucking Goodwill or whatever 3 giant, like, leaf bags. Like, the big ones you put your leaves in. I gave them
like those 40 gallons, like the ones that are behind you on the deal. Yeah, the big 40-gallon trash bags. Yeah.
I gave, like, 3 of those filled with old shirts, old band shirts, things like that. Because I was fat. And I couldn't fit in them anymore. And I was like, well, it's over now. And now I'm skinny again, ish.
Damn it.
Yeah. I'm not skinny, but I'm skinnier.
Yeah.
We did that Monday. We were comparing fat pictures to each other. Kevin was fat.
He was. I don't. And it's funny because I don't remember him.
I never saw him, I guess. And when he was that fat.
I guess not. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I did, but maybe I just didn't realize.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What, he quit drinking in 2017?
I think so. I think that's what he said. Been like 7 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
I don't know. Good for him.
No, that's
It's crazy
insane.
that he's the one out of the group that's not a problem. But the Ollie show, a bunch of people showed up. It was a good time. But Dirty Zach, filthy rat Zach, decided it would be a real fun prank to play on us to get us to play a couple of our songs. Like after the show was done, we were packing up, turning lights off, everything. Well, he's going around asking, like, hey, would y'all want to play some of your songs before all the people pile out? And, like, me and you were like, as Kevin.
Yeah.
And then he goes up to Kevin, like, Kevin, they really want to play.
Yeah.
And Kevin's like, if they want to play, I'll play, but, like, I'm not a big fan of that. And he went to Chad, and Chad's like, if the guys want to play, he's like, yeah, they really want to play. So we all thought and then he came back to us like, yeah, Kevin wants to play. And we're like, really? That's crazy.
I know. Both of us were like, are you sure?
Yeah, okay. If Kevin wants to play, we'll play. And then we go up there and we play, and like all of us are thinking like, well, the guy next to me wants to play, so we have to play.
Yeah.
And we play our set, all two.
We played 3 songs.
Yeah, we played our 3 songs, and after it's all said and done, Kevin was like, I was having a panic attack.
Yeah.
I was gonna die.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do this. I was like, oh shit, dude.
I'm like, what?
But it was cool. It was cool getting on stage in front of people.
It was great. And they had good feedback too, so
yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I mean, that wasn't it was our, I don't know. It was a show, but it's not like our first show. Brother, thank you. Thank you. We talked about the sign earlier. It's a sweet gift from a sweet lady from my sweet friend.
That's right. It is badass. Though.
It is badass, dude. It makes us look way more professional. Like, we're going to have to up our game to, like, compete with the sign.
Yeah. Time to go more into debt.
Yes.
Can't.
God damn it. No, I have $17 to last me to Friday, and I've been doing very well.
Yeah.
I've been budgeting correctly. That's why I bought 15 Keystones for $12.99.
I think they're the only people that sell a 15-pack.
Yeah. That's why I bought it. I was
you
like,
get like a 12-pack, an 18-pack, or a 30-pack. And then Keystone's like, how about 15?
how about 15?
Because 12's not enough, but 18's too many.
Yeah. 15's a perfect number. It really is.
It's not a bad number.
No, it's not a bad number at all. I bet there's some kind of like biblical reference to it or something. I don't know.
I doubt it. It's leftover Coors Light. They don't care.
But it tastes better than Coors Light. I had Coors Light a couple of weeks ago. Guy gave me a couple, and I drank them, and I was like, I don't remember them tasting this fucking shitty. But these actually have like some kind of weird twang to it. I find it delightful.
Yeah, I used to drink the shit out of Keystone.
I've drank more Keystone than I've drank water in my life.
Probably.
I'm almost fucking positive, dude. I've drank more Keystone than I probably drink Miller Lite. There's no way I've touched.
Well, that like back in the day, like Johnny Pecker days and all that stuff, like that's all we drank.
Yeah.
Was Keystone.
What was it? Fucking 15 bones for 30 stones?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a couple of guys together that had a $20 bill, and then y'all had a night to remember.
That's right.
It's my first. Hi, boys.
What's up, Papa Dragon? 89.
I want to say these are people I know, but I really don't know if I know these people.
Well,
someone liked it. Cool. But
Chili Cheese is back. Yes, I was the bass player. I might have one still somewhere.
it's on Spotify.
It is on Spotify.
Yeah, it's on Spotify. It's on one of my playlists.
I think all the stuff's on Spotify.
I think my playlist is called Nostalgia Will Get You, and it's some of that. I'll send him a link.
Yeah, send him a link. I don't think I have Spotify on this iPad.
I do. On my phone.
Get that beaver, baby. Oh. All right, we got some references in there.
Get the Johnny Pecker. God, it's such a because nobody. Most y'all didn't pay.
Huh? We didn't pay anything. Anybody anything. What are you talking about?
I'm looking.
It used to be on Spotify.
It was. It was on. Hold on. Why I hurt myself today? Johnny Pecker. Search.
I'm gonna stare at you awkwardly while you search.
Yeah, don't talk. It's fine.
What do you mean? This is an audio medium. No, the show was fantastic. It was weird to play, not expecting to do such, but it went well.
It was. I mean,
Yeah, it might all be on YouTube also. I forgot about that. It used to be on Spotify.
oh my god.
It may not be there anymore. It may get taken down.
Yeah, I think it was. Because there's like books. What the fuck? It was on Spotify like last year.
We got stricken.
Well, y'all's cover was like a cover was a giant horse with a pecker.
It was a unicorn jumping over the moon with a big old cock.
Yeah. Then again, it might be just way down on the list, but I'm past things called Goober and the Peas.
Sweet.
Wade, Johnny Pierce. There's so many fucking bands, dude. I don't know. I'm almost positive. Ah, found it. Found it.
Yeah, I was like, I can see the Spotify right there.
I found it. I'm about to send you that link there, Faja.
Oh, the Faja.
Oh, the Faja.
It's also on Shazam. I didn't know that still existed. And apparently Amazon.
Stop it.
That's okay. I know the guy. I know the guy. You're good.
Yeah.
I won't give us a strike. I already watched it. I took my kids to see it last weekend?
What?
No, weekend before last.
You have 44 monthly listeners.
Wow.
Yeah. That's kind of
it was good. My kids liked it. I enjoyed it. It's almost a direct one-for-one copy of the cartoon. Not a fan of the chick they got to play Astrid. The guy they got to play Hiccup's pretty damn good. Gerard Butler's the same.
Who's Papa Dragon?
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I'll watch it when it comes out on streaming service. I'm not going to the movie theaters.
It was good. Yeah. There's a couple of scenes that weren't in it that are in the cartoon, but that's probably because, one's a cartoon and one's people.
Oh, fucking really?
What do you mean?
That's weird.
They did really good with the CGI on the dragons, though.
Yeah.
Really good.
From what I've seen, Toothless looks like Toothless.
Looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just made of leather instead of pixels.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we gathered.
We got it figured out. Trying to think. We had band practice Monday. Wrote a song.
Yeah. That
Top
new
notch.
song.
Top
Fuck,
notch.
Dude.
Top notch quality. It's fun. It's actually shorter than the rest of our songs, which is good.
Yes.
But it's it fucking bangs, dude.
It's
pretty
a little
simple.
bit more upbeat than some of our other stuff.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It is shorter, which is also cool. Yeah, live action's gonna be super hit and miss.
The only live action I've yet to watch that I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen is the Ninja Turtle movies. Throughout my entire life.
Yeah.
Anything else, it's never. The fucking Netflix Avatar movie. So we don't have a name for it yet. I wanted to call it Epstein built the pyramids so JFK could talk to aliens.
I suggested a Cadillac ride in Dallas, but
Cadillac ride in Dallas, that was a good one. I think Chad's was Deep Thoughts.
yeah.
And that's kind of a play on of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Deep Thought was a computer system,
Right.
which was cool. But I think it's going to be, I don't know.
We don't know yet.
Well, in Elrond We Trust, that was another.
Yeah, that one got vetoed pretty
That
quick.
one got vetoed pretty quick. It's like, I don't want to be associated with those motherfuckers. It's like, come on, baby, it'd be fun.
It's funny.
It's funny. I would love for every one of our songs to have like cool, like those ties to weird shit.
Yeah.
We're instrumental. It doesn't really
Doesn't
matter. I mean, the song title has nothing to do with the song. Shoehorn for greenhorns. I'm not sure what that means.
It's not bad.
No. Now you're getting dark. But yeah, we finished that song, and it was kind of like, I don't know. It just seems like we're still just fucking rocking and rolling, going in a good direction.
I'm glad that we still had everything mic'd up from Saturday so we could record the stuff.
Yeah.
Just
No,
like-
everything like that was the cool part of us having to load our shit in for Friday.
Yeah, we were already set up for Monday.
Yeah, we were done. We're
Yay.
like, well, fuck, I don't have to come in early.
You're right.
I just came in early anyway and played my guitar and
Yeah.
messed with my tone a little bit. That was the best fucking compliment. Like the dude from Ratmaker,
Yeah.
he's like, when you were up there like turning on your shit and noodling around, he's like, these guys are about to be good. His tone's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, dude, fuck.
There was I don't know who it was. I think it was one of the younger kids. It wasn't anybody that played, but it might have been one of the guys from Cloverfield. I don't know. I was like, hey, what do you think of that Jackson? I was like, it's badass.
Yeah, it's the poor man's Rickenbacker.
Yeah, basically. He was like, I've been thinking about getting one, but I didn't know. I've never seen anybody play one. I didn't know what they sound like. I was like, if you get one, get this one.
Yeah.
Because some of their other ones are not great.
You got it for fucking
They're like $200.
$200.
Yeah. Hard to beat.
Oh, what a fucking dumbass. Papa Dragon's my brother. Chad.
What's up, Chad?
Welcome. But it was like, I heard that conversation going on, but it was fucking wild having Dustin Cameron and Wes Cargill in the same room.
Yeah.
I got a picture of them. I didn't even show you that, but like they were outside talking. I was like, what is this fucking life? Like, I get it. They're just normal dudes. Like, they're no one super duper special. But like to me, they're the coolest fucking guys. Let's see that.
Oh, nice.
I got that. I was like, I saw them talking. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get
These
this.
are my friends.
These are my friends, and they're together, and it's
Yeah.
wild. It's really cool when like friends show up and like family members, and they like care about what you do, and
That is nice, yeah.
it's super nice.
I reckon Cade was having the time of his life at that show.
Papa Dragon,
Doing-
super cool when friends show up
And family.
and family.
Doing the worm on the sub in the middle of
Yeah.
Ratmaker set.
That was like whoever they said whoever this kid is up here doing the worm on the sub, top notch.
This is the bass player, yeah.
And we both were
I was
like,
like, that's my boy!
that's McCade. Fucking awesome, dude. The movie. I don't know what you're talking about. The movie or like the fucking M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Or the James Cameron movie. Alien one not there. Okay.
Okay. It's weird you having a username that's not Spaz or Tommy Lee, so I don't know what the fuck is going on.
This is not real life.
Forever, his like user tags on like games or anything was like Tommy Lee. So when you died, it'd be like, you've been assassinated by Tommy Lee. But like then again, I haven't played games with him in 1,000 years. They're tall boys, but they're not tall boys.
Yeah.
They're 12 ounces, but it's like a tall 12 ounces. They've always been that way though.
Yeah. Look at those weird ass cans.
So like me and Papa Dragon, like when we lived together, Just fucking Papa Dragon. When we lived together, like our whole fucking house, like the wallpaper was the fronts of
The boxes.
the boxes. We just cut it out and posted it to the wall.
Do you remember that tower at Drew's house?
Absolutely. That's
Keystone
where I got
Ice.
the fucking
Those were all
idea.
Keystone ice boxes.
So Keystone had ice, and then they had the red one for a little bit in the middle.
Yeah.
Back in the day on a Wednesday. Shut up. But like, we decorated our entire house with Keystone Light boxes. It was
It's semantics, okay? Anything bigger than 12
a
ounces
tall boy
a
is
tall boy.
16 ounces, dude. Tall boys are 16 ounces.
I don't care.
But then you get into like the real tall boys. Then you get into like dad's tall
The
boys.
40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the ones that are like be by his chair knocked over. He's
Yeah.
drunk.
Most of it's still there.
Yeah. I'm really proud of Ollie's. That was really cool. There was a guy outside called Sticks and Bundles who was making like old.
Is he the guy that was there 2 or 3 shows ago?
Yep,
Also?
yep. So he takes old clothing, like old sweaters, old jackets. He had a bunch of denim jackets that I was like, I bet he wants a fucking pretty penny.
Yeah.
I really wanted one. And I was like, God, it's 100 degrees out here.
Yeah, I don't want to carry this thing around.
Well, no, I was like, maybe I can talk him into a deal. But then he'll screen print whatever you want on whatever.
He's got like a book.
Just
shit,
whatever. It's a cool idea.
That's great.
So he walked in and he had like this badass Budweiser neon hat, like his neon yellow Budweiser hat. And I didn't know who he was. I just was like,
That's the coolest hat I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, I was like, almost pulled a switchblade and was like, give me that hat, motherfucker. Welcome to Longview. Stick him in the ribs a couple times. Make his family real sad.
Yeah.
I
Sorry
put
about
him
your-
on a t-shirt. How about that?
Sorry about your dad. He's on a milk carton now.
Yeah, no, but like that's a badass hat and I'd really love to have it. And he's like, I can't get rid of it ever. And I was like, I get it. But if you ever do, I want it.
Like if you die one day,
Yeah, can I have that
have it?
in your will? Hey, random guy I met
Yeah.
at Ollie's.
oh, my name's Matt Smith.
Yes, Matt Smith. That would be it. Apparently, there's like fucking 17 Matt Smiths in Longview.
I mean, it's not the least common.
So I have friends that will share pictures with other Matt Smiths, or Matt Smith took the
whoops.
photo.
Yeah.
No, and I'll read it, and I'm like, I didn't fucking
It's
take
not
this.
me.
And I've been commenting on like a couple of them, like, I did not take this picture. And they're like, no, it's not you, silly.
You're crazy. I like you.
And
You're crazy.
then I go fucking Highlander. There can be only one. And I hope the other Matt Smith reads that and like realizes like there's a Matt Smith in Longview that wants to fucking
that hurt me.
yeah, I do because there can be
You should arrange like a gathering.
of the Juggalos.
I guess.
No, just yeah, that'd be cool.
Be like that shit that Kyle's did or whatever.
In Kyle, Texas.
Yeah.
yeah. But like I would so
But that's different because they're just Kyle. Like those will all be Matt Smiths.
well, I'm on a page on Facebook called Millions of Matts. I shared that to you a long time ago.
Yes.
And you never joined it, I don't think.
I don't know. I thought I did.
I don't know. But like,
Not very active on the old Facebook.
yeah, I get it. You be fucking whatever.
Just not. I share podcast shit and band shit,
That's about it.
and that's about all I do.
Yep.
And watch stupid reels.
Well, everything that I post on Instagram goes to my Facebook.
That's
So I'll read the comments. Calling all Matt Smith. Stop. But I have
it's like 4 pages in the phone book.
yeah. There's too many of us. But there can only be one.
One true champion.
I don't know. Well, it could be like a drinking competition. I don't know. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I'd have to size up the rest of them, but I like the early money is on you.
So what? Your birthday's Sunday.
It is Sunday.
I don't have my kids Friday.
Okay.
So what are we doing?
I don't know. The $1.25 beer thing at the Rio is only on Saturdays. So that means Friday we have to do something else.
I think Amber's will be with me, but she's cool, so we can just go do whatever.
Okay.
I really want to go to the Rio and get fucking demolished.
Yeah, Craig shared that tidbit of information with me yesterday.
And he told us at the Ollie show.
Yeah, but he didn't know if it was like everyday happy hour or like a weekend happy hour.
It's just Saturday.
It's just Saturday from 6:30 to 9.
That's what we do with infant. Okay, I'm so confused. But like,
Thanks, Chad.
so on Saturday between just happy hour time.
Yeah, $1.25.
That's
Bottles, draft, domestics.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
What a wild thing to put.
So they redid it, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing. They took it back to what it used to be. So now the stage is where the skating area was at.
Mm-hmm.
And they knocked that wall down. And the bar is where the bathrooms are at.
How many fucking times are they going to change it?
I don't know. And I'm wondering if the beer price thing is like a throwback to the reset. Like,
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of.
I don't know. $1.25 for beer is like,
Yeah.
you're not making money back.
Fucked up for $15. Or cheaper, less.
No. $20 bill I can get pretty good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, $20 bill I can see how my fucking hands start like ooh, let's get fucked up.
Oh, do you have your kid Sunday?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
are you going to go to the thing? I'm going to get mine. Well, I'll see you there.
Yeah. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
My kids are super stoked on that, and then I told their mom I was like
Where's my tablet?
up your butt.
In the bag.
I told my ex I was like, hey,
In the bag.
up your butt.
On the couch. Go look for it.
I think I'm just going to answer up your butt for everything from now on. But like,
Where's my dick? Gotcha.
I mean, I'll say it, but like,
I don't want to.
I don't really want to. Not my favorite.
Gotta watch yourself into that one
Yeah.
a little bit.
No, it's gonna be weird having them on Saturday, but like that's when Sven Gooley's on and all that shit.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun.
We'll have fun.
Yeah.
I think like Saturday, I think we're gonna try to go downtown with the kids.
Nice.
Bring Penny along.
Yeah.
Make it a fucking family outing.
Downtown Longview?
Yep.
Let me know.
Yeah, I'll just go by the old horse and hang out,
Oh,
drink
yeah.
a couple of
I'll wonder.
non-alcoholic beers because I'm driving my kids.
This is true.
I'm
You are insanely responsible when you have your children.
Yeah. I
Which
can't.
that checks out.
Well,
That's
no,
what you're
the
supposed to do.
fucking the court date. If fucking God forbid something happens, I would be like, I'll never see them again.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, we
Not
pulled
worth
him over and he was slightly buzzed.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
No, it's not
I
worth
get
it.
that.
What's dangerous?
$1.25 beers.
I can't wait. That's actually I just want to tell all my friends who drink beer to come and like we'll just go there and shut them down. We'll make them regret their pricing.
Are you sure? That's only $1.25?
No, there's no you're sure. There's none of that. We'll just show up. Be me, you, Craig, maybe a couple other good old boys.
Drink all of your beer.
And we're like, we just slap money on the counter and be like, keep them coming till the money runs out.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, we ran out of beer. What do we do? And we're just like, it's like a tornado of drinking. We're just like,
Oh no.
yeah. And then local news will get involved.
Think people will be called.
Yeah. Truck Beers, local podcast, went to the Rio.
We've never seen a bar run out of beer before, Jan.
So like the Rio, like I follow them on Facebook because we played there one time as a band.
Yeah.
And like usually a venue I play.
Which kind of throws me off because I haven't seen anything about this. This was strictly a word of mouth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a $2.25 beer. $1 for them, a beer for me.
Depends on how cold that beer is. He's saying that because his wife's a bartender.
No, I always tip well.
I do too.
My girlfriend's a bartender.
I can't control it. Like I have to tip well. It's raining.
Yep.
Dude, have you do you remember a summer this wet?
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it was because like last summer, we didn't get a lot of rain, but it didn't ever get super hot until like August, right?
Yeah,
So it was kind of
right.
a mild summer.
God.
So it was like a mild summer.
Yeah.
But this, usually by early June, the rain is done.
It's not like I think what Chili Cheese is trying to say is like,
they just keep seeding the clouds. It's going to keep raining.
yeah.
It's that fucking harp shit.
I don't know. Like the fucking clouds that I've been seeing have been like, they're not normal for like middle of the day June clouds.
No, it was like 75 degrees this morning.
Yeah, which
I'm happy about.
Fucking can't complain. Can't complain a little bit.
On June 25th,
it's pretty wild.
That's cold, relatively speaking, for what we're used to.
Well, I took Penny out for a walk this morning. Like, that's been my new thing. Like, I can't sleep till, like, the last second anymore. I have to...
Yeah. Responsibilities.
Take her dumb ass out. She's not a dumb ass. She's a sweet girl. Fucking love that dog. But, like, we walked around, and I was like, it's fucking pleasant.
Yeah. Until about 12:30, and the sun came out, and it was like... That's the only bad thing about all the rain. When it's raining, it's great.
Yeah, but it's swamp-ass season.
But then it's like, guess what? Humidity is back. My iPad's dead again. You're not getting live commentary from me on the chat. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll just read it off the wall.
If you need to look anything up, you have a phone.
Yeah. But it's just really weird. Like, I can remember being like a young kid. Summertime was like baling hay time. We fucking cut
the worst. Yeah,
we cut grass because it was dry.
Yeah, it was cutting firewood time for me. When I was growing up.
Yeah.
Like, we have to do this now. He's like, yeah, that way it's dry when it's time to sell it. Like,
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's just like the summers are. This is a wet summer.
It is.
Fucking wet.
Wet boy summer.
Not in a cool way though. Like,
no,
it's really weird and like
everything's soggy.
So you sent me that fucking lady who's like reading the radar charts, and it's. You can like watch storms forming around like certain things.
Okay.
What, up your butt?
There you go. We're back. Her thing is like the weird lasers that they keep shooting in the clouds that show up on radar, and they're like, "Oh, those are just solar flares." No, they're not.
No, they're not. No.
And then another deal, she does a lot of stuff with chemtrails too.
Yeah.
And there's only been like, it was like a couple days ago, a week ago or something, where for like 36 hours there were none in the sky.
Yeah.
And she's like, last time it happened was when USAID got defunded.
Yeah.
So that was right like February, March, something like that.
Yeah.
And then they got a new grant and it started back up again.
Right.
So now her theory is that because it stopped again, that something really expensive is about to happen.
Yeah, war.
Well, right.
Yeah, we're about to... I can't smoke cigarettes in this house, so I have to vape like a lady.
We're classy.
We're classy like
over
that.
here.
But it's scary to me is like what she's seeing on the radar that anyone can pull up. I don't know, like she's looking at like whatever satellite imagery that is acceptable.
It's just Doppler stuff.
Yeah. And it's creepy seeing the clouds being formed, but it's also creepy seeing like this weird hazy radiation coming off of some of them. And it's like, no clouds at all.
And then randomly there'll be like these bursts from like 5G towers that'll show up on radar.
Yeah. Well, who put this on to me like years ago was Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis was talking about this, and I was like, all right, Dennis.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, let's piss together. You hold mine, I'll hold yours.
We now interrupt this pee break to present to you...
Dubby. Go to dubby.gg, type in the promo code TruckBeers, one word, and get 10% off.
It's clean energy. It's good energy.
It'll make you pee like a racehorse.
One was yesterday.
Yesterday was crazy. Sunday, but I'm telling you, Sunday, like... So, Amber, that Sunday morning, we woke up and went out to eat. And she's like, I'm going to go swim at my mom's house. And I jokingly said, like, better be careful because it's going to rain. Like, because the rain has been fucking up her chances.
Oh, no. So I wasn't home Sunday.
Okay.
I was in Longview hanging out, swimming. Yeah. But yeah, there was a gnarly storm that came through.
Yes. So, but like when we went to go eat for lunch at 1 o'clock, And I said, yeah, because she said the rain's been fucking up her chances to go swimming since she's been off. I was like, oh, it'll probably rain on you, just being silly. And then I looked at the radar, and it was sunny, like, all day.
Yeah. It was like, what, 7:30, something like that?
6:30, 7 o'clock. And me and Penny were out in the park walking the dog. My fucking laundry was in the dryer, and I was just waiting for it to finish. And the fucking temperature changed like that.
Yeah.
Everything turned black, and I was like...
And it dumped.
So on my camper, I have this canopy. And, like, if there's, like, a thunderstorm coming, I put my canopy up so it doesn't blow, like, break.
Smart.
Just smart. Yeah. So I was like, shit, I got to go.
Yeah.
So I got my laundry out, ran to the house. And by the time I got to the house, it was blowing in. And it, like, dude, it shook the fucking...
Yeah.
Shook some shit up.
Yeah, it was gnarly. And then yesterday, like 4:30-ish, give or take, 3:30, 4:30, somewhere in there at work, it did this, but worse.
Yeah.
I just read the comment.
Yeah.
And then I was like, cool. It petered off by the time I was ready to come home anyway. So I was like, great. I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
And then I drove through Gladewater, and I could tell that it had just done the same thing there.
Right.
And then as soon as I got into Gilmer, it started drizzling again. I was like, oh, it's the same damn storm.
Yeah. It's weird. These storms are coming out of nowhere.
And they typically are not lasting very long, but it's very intense.
So some of the major storms we've had the past couple of years, like the origin point is in West Texas, and it's like almost 2 point of that military base outside of Pampa. Like not there's Pampa, Texas, and then like northwest of that, there's like a pretty serious military base, Air Force base that you can't even get close to.
Right.
Like we know it's there. It's not like an Area 51 thing.
Yeah,
but
it's not blacked out on the map, but you just can't. Yeah.
Right. But that's the same people that like they did it in Nam. They developed, like, that's been proven. They developed rainstorms in Vietnam so they can drown out the Viet Cong.
Cloud seeding is not new technology.
No. I just think that it's, I don't know, man. Like, when I think about what, like, modern warfare is going to look like drones are becoming... Have you seen all the fiber shit they put in Ukraine to stop the drones?
No.
Really?
No.
Dude, it is fucking nuts. So it's like this thin fiber, like, and it's everywhere. It's all over the roadways. Like, they make cages.
Dad,
What?
can I get a Gatorade and use this to drink it, please?
That's fine. Just don't make a mess, please.
Up your butt. So there's like this thin fiber stuff, and they put it all over everything. So the drones, when they're like
spider webs, basically, is what they're doing.
Yeah, to catch drones. Is that the... Okay, is this like they're changing the sun that we grew up with is not the same sun we have today theory?
It's like the different color.
Yeah. Well, they're saying like,
It's like
people remember...
the lumens,
Yeah, people remember like a nice warm golden sun.
and now it's a hot white
It's just a
death ball.
fucking oppressive beast.
It's because it's blowing up.
Yeah. I don't think they can change the sun. Yeah, okay. So, like, I remember the sun being fucking awful as a kid.
Yeah,
It's never been fun.
No,
like,
it still sucks.
Like, I've never had like, wow, this is a really warm.
It's also a giant ball of gas that's slowly decaying. It's gonna change.
I think so. Like,
Allegedly.
but like, also there's some things that I was like,
Thanks, Obama.
thanks, Obama. You really did it to us that time. Fucking Joe Biden. But like, I don't know. I think there's the fucking chemtrail shit. Like, I think that has something to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, nothing we're putting in the atmosphere is good for us.
No.
Let's just be real.
Well, and another thing, Bill Gates got the fucking approval to do his gold dust experiment.
Okay.
Hey. Up your butt.
Go.
But like, I think Bill Gates got like, he finally got approval to do his little gold dust experiment thing.
That's scary.
Yeah.
I have to go help him for a second. I'll be right back. Quickly. I'll be back quickly.
You guys hear about the ocean under the ocean? Isn't that it's just gas? It's like a gas denser than what?
It's like denser salt water.
Yeah. But if you get into it, you turn super gay.
Huh.
Is that what made the frogs gay? Not hydrochloride. I hate when he leaves. It's kind of sad and lonely in here.
What?
I just said I hate when you leave. I was getting really sad. I was like, God.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I'm gay.
No, the ocean under the ocean thing. There was that one that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s where they found that pocket.
Yeah.
But it was like just massively dense concentration of salt water and gas.
Yeah.
So it looked like a bubble, but they couldn't go into it.
It's some kind of like, not hydrogen sulfide. That's H2S. That's not what I'm thinking of.
Could be.
But it's so dense that we're too buoyant for it.
Well, they couldn't even get like submersibles into it.
Right.
Because it just wouldn't, they bounced off of it. Yeah.
Right. Maybe that's the gateway for when the aliens come from.
Wouldn't shock me at this point.
So, like, there's been more and more, like, people talking about the USOs.
Yeah.
Like, this is no shit. Like, in 2008, 2007, I don't know. Me and Cameron McBride were in Colorado watching YouTube documentaries on USO, like, all that shit. And we're like, the fucking aliens are coming from the ocean, dude. Like, then when you go outside, smoke a joint, come back in there and watch, like, another hour and a half. Yeah.
I mean, it makes more sense.
I have no idea what this documentary said. I just know
aliens in the water.
Aliens in the water. That was it. Yeah,
you got the gist. That's what it was all about. Mm-hmm. No, it's wild, man. I think a lot of that's probably factual, just because there's so much that we don't know.
No, and we know more about space, especially now, because that telescope in Chile, like with the world's largest digital camera, like we've seen things now in space that like.
Talk about the Atacama.
Yeah.
Guess who built those antennas?
My boy.
No. This is General Dynamics. But I worked there when they did it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Thought you were going to say you built them.
Nope.
I was like, I believe it.
I saw them.
You salty boy. So, like, the lens on that is like 28 yards wide.
It's huge. It's huge.
Like, in diameter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we can see pretty good with that.
Right.
Just imagine if you multiply that
by like 700,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
And we're seeing like some cool shit in space.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Voyager. That little bastard's still going strong.
He's just fucking trucking along.
He's way the fuck out there. Never coming home. He's still...
I think technology will like catch up as long as we don't blow each other up, that we can go get it.
That'll happen first.
We're getting there. Yeah. It's getting kind of spooky. I listened to... What's his fucking name? I listened to him today. He was a Pentagon DOD guy. So for someone who doesn't like Tucker Carlson as much as I do, I listened to his show.
Did you see that fucking interview with him and Ted Cruz?
Yeah, Chili Cheese brought that up last week.
Oh, that's right. Good God, I watched
it. Yeah.
Hey, shout out Hot Wheels for vetoing the THC thing.
Dude, man, I've never been more proud to be from Texas. I was like, hell yeah. Hey, yeah. Dan Caldwell, that was the guy.
Okay.
He used to be he served in Iraq, and then he was part of the DOD Pentagon team.
Yeah.
Like he's very up to speed with everything. He's been in the same rooms with a lot of different people, and now he's kind of like they'll still put him in stuff, but he's kind of like
contract. Yeah.
Sort of. So he can get on Tucker Carlson's show and kind of just like spill the beans. And he says, all my predictions, I hope I'm just 100% wrong. But it's not looking great. But he did like reassure me that China is not going to fucking just jump in and be like, hey, America, because they want the Pacific. They give a fuck less about the Middle East.
Yeah.
He's like, what we have to worry about is like Russia's so entertained by Ukraine, they're not going to do much.
Right.
So, like, the only reason why Russia and Ukraine are still going, Russia's artillery surpasses Ukraine, and Russia can make more artillery in 3 months than we can make. Ukraine and America can make in 1 year.
Oh wow.
That's just kind of how that
That's
works.
what they concentrated on. That's what they've got.
That's what they're getting funding from other people on too.
Got it.
That's kind of what that's going on.
We have the boats.
So like, if I look at the world, like how it's going down, if I look at like a fucking risk board,
Great game.
yeah. If I look at like a risk board, like, no, you have too much focus right here. Like, I'm not worried about you trying to attack me here.
Got it.
But the thing is, like, I don't like how we're just fucking bootlicking Israel right now. And like, I have my own spin of conspiracy theories, and you can call me ignorant if you want to. That's fine. Your words can't hurt me. I've been retarded for years. I think that Israel, like their intelligence, Mossad, I feel like they have things on some of the people that are making the choices, making the calls, and that like there's like, so if you do a poll in America, only 16% of the entire Americans, everybody, left, right, in the middle, everything, 16%, they say, yeah, going to war with Iran's a good thing.
Bad thing. Bad thing.
The other 84% saying fuck off.
Yeah.
We don't want this. That's where the line is right now.
Yeah.
So 16% of Americans are like, yeah, Iran's good. The rest of us are like, what the fuck are we doing? There's people dying of fentanyl every day. Can we not do that?
Right.
So I just think that people's hands have been caught in the cookie jar, and then like we're kind of just. Did you see where fucking Trump dropped the F-bomb on the news?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He's going through some shit, yeah? I got to read all this. I'm so sorry. Kind of day once. Okay. You're supposed to be on this podcast tonight, Will, and you never got back with me, so I'm kind of confused.
Disappointment.
I probably didn't even send it to him, to be honest. I probably wrote the message and it sent. I want to check.
Well, you just sent him a link to Spotify, so
I didn't look. I just sent the link.
send it to some random person.
No, I sent him the link. He liked the message. I don't know. No, I didn't send him anything. Sorry.
It's okay.
That's my bad, actually.
It's okay.
Sorry, dude. My bad. You can call in right now. You want to call in? Give us your 2 cents. You want to do that? I'll call you on Instagram. I'm going to do it. It's done. Just fucking kill my battery tonight.
You said sure.
Let's see.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Go for Will.
William.
What's up,
we're
Will?
here.
I know it says day one stuff, but I don't know, kind of spicy for YouTube. I don't know if we can go into it.
YouTube will figure it out. We're so low level. We only have 118 subscribers.
Yeah.
We're not worried about shit.
I mean, obviously, like AIPAC's a big one. Not to mention, you see that congressman that was wearing like IDF uniform.
Yeah.
Walking around.
Yeah.
I mean, you got AIPAC, rocking IDF.
So
uniform.
it was really cool. It was really cool seeing Ted Cruz squirm in his skin when they were talking about AIPAC. Like, it got kind of cool. I had a lot of respect for Tucker being like, hey, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, what are you doing? Like,
Right.
What is actually going on?
Yeah, well, did you guys? Candace just dropped BB files. Did y'all check that out?
No, she released that yesterday, right?
No, I think it was like
Yeah.
There's like these two hyper right wing people that like got him in, and they're like super. They're like the ones that really you come to mind when you think of why do they just hate Palestinians. And this one guy like carries a gun and like waved it at some Palestinians on camera. So anyway, they like put him into power, and that's why he's so corrupt. But he was actually about to go to trial because he's won it internationally. He's going to go to trial before the war started, but then because the war started, he got emergency powers. I think, Chancellor Palpatine stuff. And
Yeah.
He was saying, like, in 6 months, he's trying to kick it off again to re-up those emergency powers.
Well, I know Iran and there was peace dealings going on before we bombed their underground bunker. Like, and there some of the like talk was like some of the shit was like they lapsed in time, and that's not true at all. It's kind of been, I don't know, dude. It's all spooky.
Collier seems to want to chime in if you had something.
He went to go wrangle his children.
Did you see the talk about Top Gun Maverick being reprogramming?
Everything's pre-programming. Like I watched this thing about like every movie that Hollywood has made that's been like super, like what we would consider like, wow, this is groundbreaking stuff. It's all pre-programming. So the technology that they use in Top Gun Maverick, like the super fast jet that can break all the records, everything like that. If you read like, do
I
what?
was just going to say a lot of it is because, the ideas come from people who are seeing the stuff happen in real time. So, like, the idea for a lot of movies get written well before because they're based on real stuff coming out.
Right.
It's only when stuff's declassified that you look back and you see it and then you consider it pre-programming.
Right.
But I think the Top Gun Maverick is more specifically pre-programming in the sense that it was trying to rally American support and do it the exact same mission. You have to fly in this mountainous area, bomb just this nuclear underground site.
What was the country they were like against in Maverick?
They didn't say. They just said
Weird.
in the Middle East.
This place in the Middle East with a bunch of mountains.
And their reasoning for it was not American citizens or soldiers are in trouble. It says one of our allies is under threat of this, and we're going to do this.
Yeah. Now that you say that, me thinking about it kind of fucking lines up perfectly.
Well, he's talking about, it has to be declassified before they can do anything about it. You
Right.
look at all the whistleblowers and everybody else that's coming out with disclosure stuff. Anytime they write or publish anything, it's got to go through DOD clearance.
Yeah.
And then it either comes back unredacted, release it as is, redacted, change this and release it, or you can't publish that.
Right.
So, I mean, it makes sense that the movies would work the same way.
So, like, that Reddit shit on, like, Secret Machines, that Tom DeLonge book and that he wrote,
Yeah.
Those stories, like, there's a couple of people on Reddit that they're talking, like, no, you have to understand whatever you're reading in the... And it could be a troll. It could be, like, someone trying to fucking pull the wool over our eyes. But the way, like, some of these things are written, he's like, fuck, I don't know how he got away with any of this.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of this like, the reason why there wasn't, a third book is because they don't have the information on this guy.
Right.
Like,
it's like they're waiting on it to be available.
they're waiting on, like, the rest of the story to be written. The rest is still unwritten.
There's a lot of examples like that. Like, Jones always says, like, he keeps his sources secret and stays ambiguous enough to protect himself. But, like, I was listening to one lady on a podcast who was talking about this crazy stuff, and she'd written some books. And then I looked her up, like, while it was on, and she, like, was suicided, like, 2 weeks after it dropped.
No way.
And then, in a more recent example, I think this...
Was it about the Clintons?
You see that, was it a Chinese guy who supplied the materials to bomb that Planned Parenthood in Palm Springs?
Yeah.
Died in custody.
Goddamn, dude. The CCP don't play, dude. Like, the things that they have been providing on the secret, like, between that situation you're talking about, but, like, the three... it's like scientists or professors or whatever, they had that fungus that's like will destroy
The crop
our
fungus. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's getting gnarly. Like I think China honestly, and like this podcast isn't political, and I'm learning how to speak Cantonese because I need to be ready because it's going to happen. They're playing such a long game. Like you think about China. China's been China since it was ancient China. They've been around forever.
Yeah.
They have the patience. They have whatever they need. They know how to keep an empire going.
And the capacity.
America.
Kind of.
Do what?
I'd say kind of. I sort of disagree. I mean,
I would love to. Please disagree with me because I lose sleep over this shit. So I'd love to hear all kinds of cool stuff.
I mean, because everybody knows that freedom is better and freedom provides greater ingenuity and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And that's why they have to steal all their shit. Like, sure, they rule with an iron fist.
Yeah.
They have tons of history, but ruling that hard, they have tons of dissenters. They lock down the whole country. We're just not allowed to hear any of.
No, you're misunderstanding me. I completely agree. Freedom will always reign supreme. Like if you put the fucking human imagination and you just set it free, cool shit comes out of it.
Yeah.
But
And that's why they're not great, because they have to steal our technology at every step of the way and then make cheap knockoffs that suck. Like, that's why they steal, because they can't create as well as we can create.
well, no, we can create the prototype, but they can mass produce it, and then we are in the fucking trenches trying to get the mass production version of it. Like during COVID, like we fucked like the motor companies, all like Chevy, Dodge, all of them. They were fucked beyond reasoning because they're waiting for microchips. And they're building them in like these controlled situations. Like you look at our fucking phones, Apple, whatever, like Fox, what is it called? Fox Industries. They put nets around the building so people don't kill themselves. Like that's just how it is.
I don't know if I believe that. I think those might be construction nets, but I remember that being a classic one. But my more concern is like, sure, first off, what would you do about that? You do what Trump's trying to do, which is just move manufacturing back here.
And I'm for. No, I am for.
Oh, absolutely. But
Yeah.
I think if we actually start doing damage to them, they're going to fuck with us harder, like they're doing with the mold stuff. And have you looked up, like, all the land that China owns in America? It's all centered around their military
It's insane. It's insane how much the fucking CCP or whoever it's like an investor group, but they're directly connected to like the CCP. They own almost more land than fucking Bill Gates does,
Which is wild. All his land's farmland.
Huh?
Like, it's strategic. Like, I saw it overlaid with, like, major military bases. And
Yeah.
all, like, surrounds each of them. And, like, the biological warfare stuff, I remember a story coming out maybe a year ago where some inspector in California just saw, like, a hose coming out of a warehouse, and they're like, that's not up to code. And then they checked it out, and it ended up being, like, a whole biological warfare lab.
No shit.
So, like, it's, like, well known. I don't know why we don't talk about it. I guess because, like, the America's just trying to handle it on the back end. What I would like is, I know we fuck with other countries just as hard as they're fucking with us, if not more. And I wish they'd publish that and be like, that would rally support if I was like, we just fucked with China hard today.
Yeah, that would be actually really cool. Because, like, 100% America does stick their fucking fingers in so much shit. Like,
Oh, we're in all the cookie jars.
yeah.
We're in all the cookie jars.
See, like, what it is, I think we're so young as an empire, as a country. Like, I think we're just trying to, like, keep this weird fucking Rockwell idea going on. Like, everything's fine. The government has it, this, that, and the other. This is a time for, like, fucking, like, hey, I know it seems scary, but, like, we got some shit figured out,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's...
Yeah, well, I think you're totally right, and I think there is some of that. And I think it's just like a stick to your guns attitude. Like,
Yeah.
we're obviously very nice people as a nation, especially if you go to like a lot of other countries and you're like, God, you're fucking rude. But even within America, you go to the South, people are gonna give you so much more slack than you'd get anywhere else. And I think we just got used to that. Looking where we're at now, I think people are like, I'm done being nice. I'm just gonna do what I want and say what I want, and hopefully that's gonna push us and get us through. But people need to like, put their foot down.
I agree. No, I agree completely. Like you said, if you come to the South, everyone's really nice. But also, if you come to the South and you fucking step on toes, it's on sight. Like, I like to think that, like, you know, the Emperor of Japan, you know, they're like, hey, this is the greatest accomplishment after Pearl Harbor. And he's like, I'm afraid I woke in the sleeping giant. Because that rallied the... Huh?
Shouts out to Shinzo. This one's for you, Shinzo.
Yeah. And, like, I've heard things that might have been, like, a controlled thing, you know, like a 9/11 thing. But, like, I like to think that Japan overstepped and we fucking handled business. So I don't...
That's a good point. I just heard about that the other day.
Yeah, it really fucked me up, dude. It really fucked me up because I've always, like, looked at Pearl Harbor with, like, such reverence. Like, yeah, you come over here and act stupid, we're going to get fucking buck wild on you, dude. Because we were already in World War II. Like, a lot of production, like all the plants were making ammunition, especially here in Longview. Like Laterno was just throwing bombs. That's what it was. And Japan overstepped a boundary, and everyone's like, I don't give a fuck about getting paid. Let's make boomsticks, dude. So, I don't know.
Well, you know, the theory that they're setting that up in the Middle East, hopefully they're going to stop that because so many people talked about it. But that one aircraft carrier that is like set to be decommissioned.
Nimitz.
Yeah, the USS Nimitz.
Yeah, Nimitz is in the exact fucking range to get wrecked right now.
USS Liberty 2.0.
Exactly. Gulf of Tonkin, like that fucking God, dude. So I read that the Nimitz was making its way out. Whatever did I talk about last week?
I was on the table and this was on the table and it
Maybe,
fell
probably.
over. But it got on the
Yeah, I think last week or the week before that. No, it had to be last week because I heard the Nimitz was making its way there, and I was like, "This is going to be a Gulf of Tonkin kind of thing. Like we're going to get dragged into this." But the fucking another thing that's going on is like they have so during the whole like regime change from like Syria and Taliban and all the thing that was going on, Iran has a lot of the same training that America gave them training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We built their military.
Yes. So there's people right now that are like in harm's way. If like shit pops off, which Saturday should have been the fucking pop-off point.
Yeah. I'm shocked it didn't happen.
I'm surprised it didn't happen the fucking very next minute that after we bombed that shit. That was kind of wild, dude. But like, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, Iran is also getting like backing from Russia. Like they're really right in that middle of. I think that's why they're trying to hold strong because it's like they're a part of BRICS.
Yeah.
Russia is like, maybe we'll give them nukes and stuff. So like, not only do they have a bunch of people that are like CIA operatives and affiliates that are set up in the Middle East, like who made Al Qaeda and stuff and trained their military, they're also getting the other side of the coin, which we don't get to see. So they're in a real unique place, which is why they're such a focal point. And I think because there's so much attention on it, people have so much information now, and people are finally not blindly following Israel. I think once the propaganda stops working, that's when they have to really kick out a war.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like just me being like an old school progressive guy. I don't want this. I don't want any more fucking. I don't want the fucking hour hand to move closer to midnight because like that's what's happening.
Well, the hour hand's already there. We're waiting on the minute hand to get there.
That's the Minahan. Sorry, I forgot about old school clocks. I'm an idiot. I don't know how they work. But like
The Doomsday Clock's digital.
well, it's like 11:59 with 20 seconds left. It's nuts right now.
You know, my hot take is let's join BRICS.
Fuck it. I mean, it's our fucking world.
I'm like, you know what? We're swapping sides, and like, so it's like
Just turn heel. Like a USA takes a big heel turn.
We're fucking John Cena right now.
Yeah.
oh my God, USA's taking the steel chair to Israel. What?
Put him through the table.
Well, like, so Israel, as it stands now, was made in the 40s, right?
Yeah, right after the CIA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I was talking to a guy at work. I was like, you know what's crazy is like we still have representatives in our country, and like we can communicate instantly over internet. Why do we have people talking for us? Like we can vote, huh?
That's a great point because we've always been actually a republic, but now we can have like a true democracy.
We can fucking vote for whatever the fuck we want to do. If we're truly a democracy, if we're free, if our freedom is free, like everybody follow the whitehouse.com. And then the White House like, do y'all want to go to war? No, motherfucker. No. Anything over 50% is a no. Like, it's more difficult than that. I get that, but like, it's just me being.
It's really not though. You just lose all the lobbyists and all the other. You lose all the money.
You fucking handle business and nobody can pay for their fucking way of life. That's what it is. Yeah. It drives me crazy. It
eliminates career politicians.
Yes,
instantly.
It solves our problem.
Well, I think that's the issue. Like people joke about, like when the boomers die, everything's gonna be great, and I think in like the white people sense, I think that's true. Like if you got.
Did you say the white people sense?
No, what did I say?
I think you said in the white people sense, and it made sense. I'm not mad at it, but like.
No, the white pill. Black pill, white pill, blue pill.
Oh, white pill. It's red and blue, dude.
No, there's clear pill. There's so many more. There's like 16 pills now.
I'm sorry. I'm ignorant to all the pills. I just drink beer now.
So white pill is opium. So like thinking things might work out good. Like I have a white pill attitude of. Like,
okay, yeah.
People die, and everybody on Earth like grew up with the internet. We could work towards something like that, but like they're wanting to like not give up all the power and the money that they have. So like I think in their last dying gasp, that's why they're just like trying to import as many migrants as they can. It's like we can't have people with technology that are willing to make the place better.
That's such a I get it. Like, so I am the son of a boomer.
Yep.
1960. Yeah. And I can't even talk to him about any. I don't talk to him at all. Actually.
They don't care at all.
They only care about their fucking way of life now, and they think migrants are not part of this country, but unfortunately, they are.
Yeah.
And I've worked with the people that they're not supposed to be here. They're the greatest guys ever.
Right.
Like I've had the best times working with them. They've taught me so much shit, and I've taught them something. So
English.
Even like the boomers who hate immigrants, they're not gonna do anything about it.
No, they just bitch. That's all that's all they're good for is bitching and complaining.
And I can't think of a single normal person that's not like rich or an immigrant, like a normal white guy that wants to pass down an inheritance. I mean, hell, my parents are like, we're going to go see the Stones at Red Rocks in Colorado. Sorry, there won't be anything to pass down. That's like, do you know what makes families successful is like generational wealth and passing down knowledge and stuff.
There's no fucking no. So anything I know about me, like my family, I had to look it up myself. That's it. Like there's no generational wealth. I hope one day like I can work enough to give my kids something, but like as of right now, like shit, dude, I'm still I'm paycheck to paycheck, and I make a pretty good living. That's where I'm at right now. Like I followed the fucking criteria that I'm supposed to follow. I learned to trade. I worked my ass off, and I'm still just barely scraping by.
Well, it's like, I was going to say, like, my grandmother, who is hella old, she would have been either silent generation or even before that, maybe. Anyway, she saved up money for my college and then gave me info on our history and our lineage and stuff. But then, then it's very clear that it skips a generation with the boomers. And then, like, the boomers' advice is, like, just do this. It's because they lived in that period of time out of our whole American history.
It was the easiest time to accomplish anything.
Hold this. I gotta pee.
Yeah. So that was the easiest time in our recorded history to accomplish anything financially, socially. Everything was at everybody's fingertips because everything was cheap.
Inflated, like, to the point where, like, we're so behind the curve.
Oh yeah, like we can't keep up with inflation at all because we just keep printing money that doesn't have any backing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and people want to come up with crazy new progressive stuff that's based on the world they lived in, and I think that's why you see so many people reverting to like 1890s logic and just tradition in general, because like that's what held a country together when things weren't so blossoming. And now you have like record amount of Zoomers and Gen Alpha kids that are going to like Orthodox churches and stuff.
Yeah,
I know several friends of mine that just out of nowhere were like, we go to Orthodox church. I have an altar in my room.
Wow, it's a wild turn.
I mean, it kind of gets you hyped, but the thing is, like, even if things start working out and doing good, we're just going to face a massive backlash by the New World Order.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all going to go to shit eventually, one way or the other.
I just think where we're at as human beings, like we outnumber the ones that, like, New World Order, Illuminati, whatever the fuck it is, we outnumber them.
Well, that kind of goes along with, well, see, that's the trouble. It's like, you got to get rid of boomers because they're just servants of Zog. But then, like...
That was a good one.
That's why they're trying to, like, make children autistic and pump out all these poisons, so that way, by the time the boomers die, the generation that replaces them is fucking retarded. So
yeah.
I think and then they have massive migration, so they're like aware that they're going to lose their power, and they're trying to take out normal intellectual people as much as possible to protect them.
Yeah, no, like our fucking detail for history and how we're supposed to do things has like severely been decapitated. And a lot of it is with these fucking phones in our hands. Like, it's such a genius chess move if you think of it that way. Like
plug everybody in and nobody talks to anybody.
Right.
Yeah, and people are like, "There's no way this is all planned out." And it's like, it's not like one person planning every aspect. It's like
no, it's a fucking conglomerate. It's a conglomerate of assholes that have too much money that they know what to do with. They can't get off this fucking planet, or they can, and they're not telling us. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a wild thing. I mean,
they're building underground cities like the ancient people of New Mexico did.
Speaking of,
yeah, we might be there's a big theory that like AI is going to lead to our Atlantean decline.
The AI shit, like it's almost it's like it's hypocritical of me to say anything, because I've been using AI to make some of the images for our podcast, and even with that, I'm like, God damn it!
It's only for that and Bigfoot videos.
Yeah, but I don't use it to like fucking do my job.
Right.
Hey, tell me how to fucking weld this pipe real quick, idiot.
Well, it's not even that. You're only getting like the citizen side. Like every major technological improvement has a dual purpose. Like GPS is a military thing, and then they
Yep.
spun off a civilian version.
What is it?
So,
The,
like,
the
you
government's,
got-
the CIA has had access to AI since the late 70s,
Probably.
I think is what the thing is right now.
Probably.
Their version of it, which is totally...
Well, it does all the fucking
It's-
number crunching.
it's air gapped, so
Yeah.
so nothing else can get to it. It's a
Yeah.
complete standalone system
Yeah.
that just keeps getting
Yeah,
better.
So like making funny pictures or getting it to write a caption for your video, like you're not.
Oh, I write the captions.
figuring the world out.
Will, don't even get it fucking tangled or twisted. I write the fucking captions for truck beers. All that
I
re-
don't write I write half the captions on this shit.
I don't tell AI to write me anything. I just say, make a picture of us looking badass.
Yeah.
As samurais. That's all I leave, dude.
Make me a bicycle clown.
Yeah.
Well, it's good because frankly, the civilian version is dog shit. I can't get it to do it. Mine gets dumber the more I use it.
Well, it's recycling its own information. It's lacking.
The point being is, like, I don't feel bad about any of the small stuff. It's like, I'm not the one doing this, and I'm going to refuse to feel bad about any of this shit. It's like the same thing with, like, reparations. It's like, dog, you're done playing me for that. I don't care, and I don't owe you nothing.
It's true.
Cool.
It's not wrong.
No, it's not. No. Happy Juneteenth.
I mean, and not to get specific on
That was last
I'm
week.
just saying in general, like,
No. You can't. Where we stand as a country, as everybody, we're in this shit together.
Yeah.
Everyone has the same amount of everything that everyone has. Like we all have the same fucking starting line, basically. Like I grew up on a fucking poor ass farm, and like I had to figure shit out.
Yeah.
And I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. It's not the like reparations. Reparations would have been great in fucking 1890
yeah.
when people were still fucking hanging around and they fucking tricked people and like, oh no, slavery ended 2 years ago. Weird.
We didn't know.
We didn't know. Like, no, fuck you. You did.
We don't have the internet.
But like that was my great. My family never owned anything. We're Irish descendants. We're fucking trying to figure out shit too. So like the reparation stuff, that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's the same thing going on with, like, you know, for years and years. It's like you gotta support Israel. They're all the Bible.
I don't have to fucking support a goddamn thing.
And that's what I'm saying. People are finally getting to that point where they're like, I'm no longer feeling bad because you say I'm anti-Semitic. Like, I'm not doing this.
Like it. So the Bible only works if you believe the rest of the bullshit.
Well, I am a Christian, so watch your tongue. But I would say, like, oh, okay, the
No, it's just
the Bible is the country that was made 80 years ago.
no. That's not Israel. Like I said that earlier. Like Israel was formed in the 40s.
The country as we know it now, yes.
The country as we know it now. Like,
Are you guys on Twitter?
huh?
Are you guys on X?
No, we have an X handle, but we never do anything with it.
It's truck beers.
It's just truck beers.
There's obviously that's the place to find some wild stuff, especially as far as conspiracies are concerned. But there was this one video that was gaining traction, and it had this thing in there. It was like going through like the 12 tribes. And it was like, well, this is the tribe of Israel, and then this is the tribe of Judea. It's like Jews are from Judea, that's why it's Judaism. Like they're not Israelis.
I don't like, man. Like, you're a Christian. That's great. I love that for you. On my end, like I grew up Christian, and then I did my own like digging. In a sense, I hope my mom's not watching anymore. This is gonna be bummer city, but like, it's kind of like regurgitated information through everything. You look at
You should never consider them God's chosen people, right?
the Hebrews, yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean anything to you. That stranglehold they have on American culture, you should be free from. You're like, oh yeah, well I'm an atheist, so I don't believe they're God's chosen people. So you should have even less care.
So like where I stand is like if there is like I don't understand why there's any control in anybody. I mean, that might be hippy dippy of me, but like,
It's a little naive.
what do you mean?
You don't understand why people have control over other people?
Well, I understand like there is a class of people that are like Hamas, absolutely horrendous, and what they did on January 8th was insane.
What did they do on January 8th?
Was it 9th or 6th?
Oh, that was us.
What do you mean?
The January 6th joke. Sorry.
I'm thinking of the fucking Trump shit. My bad.
October 7th.
I'm thinking of October. Yeah, my bad. I'm just all the dumb shit in the world. It's too much information to keep up with.
It's hard, man. By the way, they stood down. They knew of that attack and they let it happen. Same thing with Pearl Harbor.
But innocent people still died.
Oh, yeah, no, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
do you think that justified a 2-year massacre?
No. Nope. Yeah. I don't want anyone to like. That's why I said it's hippy dippy of me, but like I don't want any of this shit. And that's not a real world to live in. Like,
Yeah, and I think this kind of goes back to what we were saying. Like, I think people have had enough, and they're putting their foot down. Like, we wanted to live a hippy-dippy way and, like, see the best of everybody and give them a chance. But people are so sick of, like, all the news that comes out and all the news that gets memory holed every day. They're like, people are really getting riled up out there, and it's clear.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, you can only push people so far, whether they're peaceful or not. I mean, there's no such thing as peace without violence.
Right.
You can't truly be peaceful unless you know how to be violent.
Yeah. It's better to be the warrior in the garden than the gardener in the war.
Yeah.
Like that's a true statement.
I think that there's people that are finally getting to the point where they're just done.
I think, and like I hate that. I don't like. Goddamn, dude, this fucking world is big enough for us to figure out shit without killing each other. I get that, but also
That's why I think the war is unavoidable, because they see it as necessary. Because, like I said, like once the propaganda stops working, they're gonna have to like
Call
have war,
the
not
population.
only own people, but also create incidences where people do horrible massacres, and you will have like a genuine response of revenge, but it's all based on false pretenses.
I'll tell you. I've told this story on the podcast, and I'll tell you now. After 9/11, I was 12 years old, 13 years old, and I went to football practice. I played football for Pittsburgh, and the coach was like firing us up using 9/11. And like later down the road, when I found out like 9/11 might not have been what it was, you know, I was like, I was so ready to like do whatever I needed to do to like show these motherfuckers America's not nothing to fuck with.
Yeah.
Like we played New Boston and we creamed their fucking ass. Like they couldn't even get the fucking ball out. And it was all because of 9/11.
Yeah, America.
Like, yeah, America. Because my Coach Fenton was like, you gotta win this for the boys that died. Like I was like, fuck yeah, dude. It's such a fucked up thing, but like if you put like a situation in like certain people's eyes, like they're gonna act accordingly.
Oh yeah. So there's a massive chunk of society that's looking for an excuse.
Yeah. Well, there's a massive chunk of society that their excuse is so much different than mine.
Yeah.
God, just fucking show them something weird on the internet, and they're
Look
like,
at me sideways.
I'm gonna
I'll fuck
burn
you
this
up.
fucking
Yeah.
place to the ground. Yeah.
Well, the other thing is like they don't even really need soldiers anymore. Like this is all proved. You can just do it with missiles and drones. And right down the street from me, and here in Austin, they have autonomous boats that they're building. They're going to put in around Houston and just
Really?
drone. So like you don't even need to convince as much of the population to join the army to still wage war these days.
I don't know,
No,
dude.
it's all going to be people in a bunker with either controllers driving things around, or it's all going to be AI controlled.
They're all going to be 300
Did you
pounds.
see the AI tank? I sent you the video a couple of days ago.
No, I didn't. I'm so
It's fucking
sorry.
wild.
Yeah, I think I want to see this.
All right, I'll find the video and I'll send it back to Matt.
He sent it to me. I'll send it to you. Well, you know, China, their whole coal mining industry is completely AI. And I'll tell you this: when I worked for Komatsu, which is what used to be Laterno,
Yeah.
we were working on like remote, like how you can be in an office running all this shit
Yeah.
from a distance. Well, China, I guess, is taking that technology is like, why do we need you?
We'll program it.
We'll program it. And like they can run 24/7 on coal mining industry.
With no labor.
No labor. They have like people that oversee it, but
Right.
it's not like,
You don't
goddamn.
have 100 guys down there digging holes.
No. You have 100 guys running the whole fucking operation. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn, AI is going to be a problem for so many people. Like, I don't think it's going to be a problem for me in my industry because you're going to need like that fucking salty grit, you know, and fucking
Well,
know-how.
So you're not in mass production welding,
No, I'm in specialty.
which is already all robotic anyway.
Yeah.
You're in.
I'm specialty.
You're a job shop.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to replace job shops.
You ask ChatGPT to do some of the shit I do, it'll tell you how to do it, but that doesn't help you.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, first off, I think they could easily build a robot to do that specific stuff with AI. But again, I try to stay looking
Willie
on the
D.
brighter side.
You think a robot can replace me, dude? I'm John Henry, motherfucker, dude. Don't even start.
Bro, didn't he die at the end of that?
I will if I need to.
Don't we
Prove my
all?
fucking point.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
But I think, and I said this last week, I think we already have free energy. We could totally let everybody live in total peace and they don't have to fight for anything because we have such wealth and bounty because free energy is the key that unlocks everything.
Yeah.
But, again, releasing free energy gives up all the power America has, so they still need to find a way to control the currency if the petrodollar's gone. So I think what Trump's doing in creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve, like if they can,
Are you investing in that?
Hell yeah, bro!
We talked about that last week.
I need to do that, I guess.
You got to get the money of the future because when all this shit pops off and they have to reveal it, they're going to go, okay, the petrodollar is nothing but we've got Bitcoin now. We're still the kings, but now nobody has to work or anything.
Send me a link to where I need to invest in. I need to do that. I'll invest the last $16 to my name.
Serious, bro. There's people go on and on about it, but all I have to say is it's the money of the future, and it's got to be.
So, like, you are a salesman you just do social media for Bob's, right? That's your job right now?
Yeah, I'm the creative.
Like, are you kind of hoping for this future that like everything's kind of taken care of?
Oh, I think everybody should be.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just wanted to know your like opinion on that.
Yeah, because especially when you start getting into your first conspiracies and you start digging deeper, you have those moments where you have to like take a step back because you're so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And then you get so black-pilled and you're just like, I'm the doomer now. I hate everything's. Why bother doing anything? Everything's controlled. But you have to. The truth to living a good, helpful, healthy life and being happy is to be grateful, appreciative, and have good friends. And so I try to, even though I know all this stuff and like looking into this conspiracy stuff, I try to at least envision and work towards the possible good side of it because I'm a huge Star Trek: The Next Generation fan.
Boy, give me some more of that, dude.
Bro, Star Trek is where in the future, Earth is all their problems are solved. Like it's a utopia on Earth. That's why they go out into stars because at home everything is perfect.
They ran out of shit to fuck with.
Yeah.
It's a good when you watch it. It feels good because it's them who have everything and like trying to expand and solve problems and discover things. So like I'm trying to shoot towards more of a Star Trek future than a Star Wars future.
I agree. I love Star Wars more than Star Trek, but I like Star Trek's future better than that, though. I agree with that. That was a really good way to say it. What is it like? So like like Bernie was on Rogan today. I don't know if you listen to that at all.
I do listen to Rogan, but I'm usually a couple days late. I saw a brief synopsis of when he got.
So So Bernie, like I've loved Bernie from the fucking get, except for like his whole the global warming thing. He's all about that. I don't understand that much, but like he is. They got on the discussion of like
taxes for the rich, I think.
Well, like it's a 90% tax after they make 90% of their profit. So after they make 90% of the profit, the rest of it gets taxed 90%.
All you're gonna get with that though is industry cutting corners.
Probably, yeah, for sure.
Figuring out a way to not.
But they got
get there.
onto like the fucking GBI shit, the global basic income thing, or universal basic income. Like, what do you think about that?
I don't fucks with it. I heard something. I can't remember it because I'm also retarded. There's three retards in a room. I heard something the other day that really settled for me, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good point that I hadn't thought of. But I think it just manufactures. Man, the first thing is like, oh, it manufactures complacency, but that wasn't what really sold it for me. It had to do with like the value of money.
Well, I think you can take. I think you can take what people do with their income tax. If you did a poll, like people.
What? Pay the government back?
No, like with the money they get back.
What's that?
Not us, but like.
That's where my opinion would probably lie. Like, I don't like UBI on a face level, and I could probably do some research to better articulate my feelings on it. But I feel like, you know what? If you're just going to give me money free, how about you just stop taxing me? And
Exactly.
A better way to do it?
No, so on the Bernie Sanders thing, he's trying to get the work week shortened down to like 30 hours, 28 hours a week. And we're paid the same. He's trying to get the fucking minimum wage raised. Like that's that's kind of like where he's standing right now. Is like get the minimum wage. Like
nah, I see because like these ideas like raising minimum wage and universal basic incomes. These are like band-aids for the fucked up system. It's like, well, why don't you just tax me less?
Yep.
So that way people can work whatever job they want and put in as many hours.
Well, I would love to like be able to feed my family on $7.25 an hour. But like
that's what they're trying to do. Is
right.
Like, they're trying to put patches on the old system instead of, how about if you have the money, just tax me less and let people do whatever they want to do.
So in that podcast, Bernie was saying like he grew up in New York. And his father was the only person in his house that worked. His mom and his brother stayed home. His dad went to work, came home, and they were fine. And he was saying, like, the almighty dollar went so much further than our dollar now. Our dollar's almost fucking completely useless.
You better not have a savings account.
No, keep it under your fucking mattress, dude.
Dude, that's even fucking worse. I was saying that because you don't make any interest. If you're not making interest at all on your money is worth less every single day. That's why you gotta go Bitcoin.
Brother, I barely have a checking account.
I barely have a checking account. I don't know what you're saying. You don't have kids.
I definitely don't have kids.
Yeah, you don't have children. Like the money flows freely because the kids need things. And that's fine. I want them to have a fucking wonderful childhood. But like to do that, like you have no idea how expensive that is. Like there's different like layers to like this problem. Like
I totally get that, but like you let's say you have a traditional retirement, like an IRA or a 401k or
LOL.
Like that.
I don't have any of that shit. Yeah.
Okay, then you're truly fucked.
No, I'll die working. That's where I'm at right now.
I have a 401k and I'll still die working.
Yeah.
But point being is like the reason why it's in those things is because the stock market raises in value. Because if you strictly have that in just dollars under your bed, that is not growing at all. In fact, you're just losing money. And savings accounts themselves give you like a fucking 0.1% on your interest. Like you have to move it.
So you're telling me to put my savings in a coin?
Say take all your money and no, not in a coin, not for you. I would. That's like putting $10 in a jar. I would say do that for crypto. What you should do is get a high yield, a money market account. Which a money market account is like a savings. A savings, so you get penalized for how many times you withdraw from it.
So it's like a high yield account that's playing how the market works.
The interest market, yes. It's like a checking account that makes 4% a year.
If everything goes well.
It still makes 4%, but that 4% is a rolling scale. It's 4% of whatever.
You get paid out monthly, so every month you get paid. So it'd be 4% a year. So you take $1,000 times 4% divided by 12. That's every month, but that money gets added, so it grows every month.
It compounds.
Willie D's a mathematician. I like that.
Compound interest.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, just like small stuff like that is how you build yourself out of that. And I want people to know and hear that, because if you're just doing it boomer style, like I got my checking and my savings, you're losing money.
Not just have a checking, because that's barely all I can keep up with. If I'm being completely honest, like that's just where I'm at.
Yeah.
Child support is expensive.
Trying to make this house payment, baby.
Yeah.
Well, here, I want to bring a little bit of levity.
Yeah, you're good.
Levity is shortness, brevity is comedy, right?
You do it feels right.
Well, I'm trying to, anyway, I made a list because I was like, oh shit, it might be on truck viewers. I got to have my topics lined up. I got some fun ones on.
It's got more notes than we do.
Yeah, we just show up, start drinking beer and talking shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of great. We've made an hour and 45 minutes of it, so we're doing good.
Shit, this podcasting shit's easy. I don't know how I can do that 9 to 5 shit.
I would love to do this every day. This is the dream. You see that sign in the background? We're fucking
First step.
We're fucking ready, dude.
I saw that, dude, looking high class.
God damn! When I saw that sign today, I was like, "We're gonna fucking make it just on the sign alone."
Have you guys seen these goat lawn care people?
Goat lawn care people. Do they use goats for lawn care?
That's exactly it. I think it's a pretty smart
That's just
business.
East Texas.
Are they charging for that?
Yes, dude.
Fucking A, dude. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. Why would you pay for that? Goats are so cheap.
They taste good,
you don't
too.
want to take care of them. Maybe you just got one problem that needs solving twice a year. You don't want to have to raise fucking 24 goats.
How long do they leave them out?
Well, it depends.
One goat can
like,
clear an acre in about 10 days
Yeah.
by itself.
Yeah.
you wouldn't do it for just grass and shit. You do it for scenarios like up in the trees where you can't maybe get a brush hog or a mower. But the one I saw that really clicked for me was this guy had this big infestation of poison ivy. You don't want to mow that up and inhale and get all fucked up.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
They fucking eat it up. In my marriage,
In my previous life.
in my previous life, I owned goats. I can tell you the yearly cost of goats.
$4.
It's goddamn, dude. Honestly, it's
my roommate owns
200. It was $220 and we had 4 goats a
Just
year.
like shots and shit.
The fucking wormer, that's the most expensive thing is the wormer. But
Because they eat everything.
it's like 200, 500, between that range for feed and everything. Goats are so cheap,
And they're
Think
delicious.
about it,
and you can sell goats. You can sell goats almost instantly on Marketplace.
bro, I'm telling you, my roommate has a herd as we speak, and it's like you want to be your apocalypse prepper? Bam, you got milk, you got meat right there, and
Have you ever milked a goat? I have.
I haven't.
It's a fucking chore. It's not my favorite thing I've ever done in my life, but I've milked a goat for all it's worth. And I made cheese. I made mozzarella out of goat milk, and it's Not worth it.
But like, if it costs $250 a year to maintain them, you could make that off a couple lawn care jobs, and suddenly you're self-sufficient.
That's true. That's true. But like, I'll just tell you this: my child support's almost $1,000 a month.
Ow!
We're just doing math right now. I'm just letting you know where we're at.
You just got to diversify. You need 2 herds.
I need more goats. I need more goats and more advertisement.
How many years till they're 18?
All of them.
All of them. It's not so like I take the child support as like, yeah, these are for my children. I would spend it for them if they asked me to.
And if you were in the same scenario as a complete family,
Yeah.
you were going to spend it anyway.
Nope.
Yeah, never mind. Okay. Sorry.
No, my fucking grocery budget was great. We were saving money. It's a wild thing. Like, there's so many different ways to make money, and like, even online, you can just make stupid money off doing nothing at all.
Butthole pictures.
Yep.
I mean, that's very true. You could probably get some fucking call center job where you got your earbuds in while you weld.
Yeah, I'm aware. I just don't do it.
I mean, I wouldn't want to fucking do it either. I'm not gonna tell you to, but like, there's a.
I'll tell you, in the summer, I'll be the worst call center guy to get. If I was the guy, I'm gonna call some.
Like, hello? Fuck you.
Hang
up.
Yeah, no, it would just be like, what's your fucking problem, dude? I'm sweating my fucking ass off right now.
They would respect the shit out of that. When I was a stockbroker, I would talk shit to people all the time. They go, okay,
"You're a stockbroker?"
I feel like at this point in time in the podcast, we need to make the disclaimer: this is not financial advice.
Yeah.
Oh, not financial advice on bullshit. No, I was a stockbroker for like 2 years. I quit because it was just people yelling at you all day. But I mean, I got to the point where I'd yell back at them. I'd go, "No, fuck you."
I think being a Texan, it's just
it takes a bit to get used to New York guys, because like even when they're nice, they're mean, and you have to just be like, that's how they are.
I couldn't handle it.
Well, fucking Boston guys are the same way.
Boss, all the fucking Northeast guys, I get that. So like where I stand as a Texan, I will show you
on my own 2 feet.
On my own 2 feet. I'll show you all the compassion I can show you, but like if you fucking, it's not like crossing the line. I'm not into some Billy badass, but like at some point you have to be like, oh dude, you're a fucking goon, dude.
Well, here's the thing, like how close is your nearest neighbor? Like, you imagine living on top of thousands of people every day. Like, they get.
I live in an RV park. My neighbor is exactly 6 feet away from me.
Well, point being is like, you realize they're that way because they see and deal with so much shit every day.
No, that is true. Like, the people that live in a high population area, that there's like, you can't get away from anybody. No. Like, you hear people that live in city and they go camping and they're like, this is the most resetting experience I've ever had. But it's kind of wild.
Dude, I get that all the time, especially when I went to college, and henceforth, like, so many of my friends were like, we're gonna go camping out in the woods and hang out, and I just go,
I live there.
Plenty of that.
Yeah, I don't need that shit anymore. Yeah, me and the boy went camping, so on his birthday he wanted to go camping real bad, so we went camping, and I was just like, I'm kind of over this. This is not my favorite thing.
Well, the other thing is, like, my dad was like a cheap bastard. So he's like, oh, we only go camping sometimes. We don't need to buy the good gear.
Yeah.
You're like freezing in the middle of the woods.
Exactly.
I know why people buy the real nice sleeping bags now.
Well, and fucking, to be fair, in Texas in the winter, you can get away with a cheap sleeping bag. You just got to be tough.
It's true.
You got to fucking grit your teeth and bear it. The sun will come up in the morning. The fire will be made.
So true. But I'm glad we stand on the same place on that.
I think it's such a wild thought to like tell everybody like on the internet talking whatever. Texas has become like the fucking hive for some shit, and I get it. Like especially if you're a comedian, like Texas is the place to come.
That's because you can get away with damn near anything. There's no state income tax.
Yeah.
Like it's
a great place. Texas is. I fucking this whole entire arm is dedicated to Texas, and like it's because I know the history. I know what we are. I know that we have the fucking potential to be the best thing ever. Like, you put Texas against anybody, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I fucking love this state.
Think of how much more Texas history classes we took than regular history.
We took. No one else in the country does that. There's not Ohio State history.
Especially not for like 4 different grades.
No. Texas history is important because like there was a lot of shit going down.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was like a psyop. I don't know. But like where I stand right now is like, yeah, I'm a state because we fucking handled business.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but my bug out state is Arkansas.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of fucking sense, dude. That makes tons of sense.
It's a lot easier to disappear there.
No, there's so much in Arkansas that nobody knows about. There's less towns in Arkansas than most states have.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
It's a gorgeous state. I love Arkansas.
It's gorgeous. It's a little forgotten haven in the South.
Everybody thinks they kiss their cousin there, and you could just fucking live there and be handy bandy.
It's fresh water everywhere.
Fresh water.
Mountains, not crazy mountains, but enough to maybe, I don't know, stop radiation or whatever. But it's also gorgeous on top of that. Hot springs, you name it.
There's not a city that someone's gonna fucking drop some shit on. That's for sure. We have Dallas, Houston.
Dallas, Houston, even Austin is a secondary target. Like, I'm kind of appreciative of that. Let me just get fried and be done with. But yeah, no one's bombing Arkansas.
No. I agree. That's a good bug out spot.
Well, there's that giant hangar in the mountains where they're developing that aircraft carrier airplane. That's in Arkansas.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Hey, Will, you're dumb. Fuck off.
Did you guys ever play Ace Combat?
I don't play any games. I'm Ray Charles in an arcade, dude. Blind to it.
It was around back when we were young, but that's what's coming is like we already have AI jets, but then like you said, like AI motherships that launch dozens of drones off of it.
No, this is an actual airplane that instead of having missiles under its wings, it has jets under its wings.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's already old school. Why would you have jets when you can have drones?
Well, this was an old Lockheed project that allegedly was canceled, but it was never officially canceled, so they just kept funding it for like 30 years.
So my friend, my dear, sweet, beautiful friend that I had this podcast with, I think he knows information that he really can't give out because of his career. But like I know that
not as much as you would think, not as much as I would like.
Yeah. But like I know there's things he's like, oh yeah, I do things, I do that. But like I think he knows shit that I don't know.
I could probably find out.
Yeah.
Some.
I mean, it's just like I don't know what purpose that would serve other than
it's cool as shit.
It's cool as fuck, dude. Bunch of fucking F-16 jets under your wings.
Launched as missiles.
A spruce goose shooting the fucking chaos machines on you.
Yeah, well, meanwhile, I'm fucking sitting in a lazy boy playing PlayStation, blowing them up with drones.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, you're not. No, I think technology has overlapped the idea of where technology was going to be. To be honest.
I don't think this is still a functional project, but it was until,
at one point.
Until like maybe 10 years ago.
It was a super mama holding all the babies, and the babies
it's were... like you step on a spider that's pregnant.
So do you load up in the jet, and then they load you up in the plane?
It's an airborne aircraft carrier.
Fuck, dude.
That's all it is.
Fuck. I just thought about that. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
You know the shit that S.H.I.E.L.D. had in Avengers?
Yeah.
It's that.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And they have the super cool... camouflage.
Probably without the stealth. Because if you're that big,
And then a dude
if
with
you're
a
that
bow,
big, you're like, yeah, look at me.
and then a dude with a bow and arrow fucking ruins everything. Welcome to America.
I used to nail womp rats at 200.
That's the only thing I give my dad credit for is like my ability to shoot a bow. I can use that shit anywhere. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like and like the one of my favorite games, Ace Combat 7. Like that's like this massive mothership, and it just drops like swarms of drone jets that come down. And like they've already proven that an AI jet can outfly any jet pilot. So like dogfights are a thing of the past. So just imagine like a hive.
You know, that has to bum out. That has to bum out some fucking guy that has done the time.
You know how mad Tom Cruise is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, not also in real life, like because his movies won't sell.
No.
Only his movies sell, I should say.
L. Ron Hubbard rolling in his grave.
Hey, while we were talking about random weird shit,
Here, hold this. I got to pee real bad. Talk loud.
okay, you want me to yell at you?
Yep.
So, you remember, what was the stupid oceanic thing where the submersible went down and blew up trying to find the Titanic?
Yeah. I forget the name of it. I remember.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim.
No, that's a good movie though. So apparently, I found this out a couple of days ago, maybe a week or so ago, and I thought it was wild. They did a test dive with that same vessel in the Bahamas to, I don't know if it was as deep, but it was pretty close. And then as they were resurfacing, there was a loud pop, and they're like, "Oh, that's no big deal." They get back to the surface and they inspect the craft, and there's a big crack in the carbon fiber hull. And they're like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." So they stored the submersible in a parking lot in Canada over the winter, didn't fix anything, and then put it back in the ocean and said, "This'll be okay."
Yeah, they never owned a guitar in their life.
Right. Turns out the millionaire who funded this whole thing, who was trying to get this to be a commodity deal, like the Virgin space flights kind of thing, where billionaires can go into the ocean whenever they feel like it. His grandfather was the president of Bohemian Grove.
Fuck you. What is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Oh. You want to talk about grandfather shit? Have y'all heard about Elon Musk and his granddad?
Not that I can recall. Go off, King.
Okay, so Elon Musk's granddad was a chiropractor who was obsessed with this ancient city. God damn it. It's on my phone. I'm using it.
My phone. It's in my
I'm
hand.
looking for my phone. I'm holding it right now talking to you.
Hold on. I got a little
So
better.
Elon Musk, like he's from South Africa, but his original like bloodline comes from Canada, and his grandfather was like this chiropractor, pilot, wild boy. Like he was the first person that flew to South Africa from Canada, like with his homemade airplane. It's such a fucking crazy story. But his grandfather was obsessed with this like ancient city. Oh god damn it. Kalak. That's I'm getting that fucked up.
Walter Henry James Musk.
Get it, dude.
That's his name.
Read all the things.
South American World War II veteran, served as a cryptographer in the military intelligence in Egypt. His background is English South African. Blah, 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 blah.
He was a chiropractor. Am I just making that up in my head?
So his paternal grandfather is the guy I just said.
paternal-
His maternal grandfather
Yes.
is the Canadian chiropractor.
His mom was a twin. Her dad was the guy I'm talking about right now.
Josh, there we go.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Do what?
I was saying that doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, like the more stuff you
So-
find out about shit like that, like
So
at
like
that point-
his grandfather and like was like obsessed with this like Techtopia kind of thing, and he got ran out of Canada.
He was a member of an illegal organization called Technocracy Incorporated.
Technocracy Incorporated. Yeah.
well, sounds benign.
So he's like obsessed with this world where technology controls everything.
Protocols of the Elders of Zion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Welcome to the big leagues, dude.
At this point in time, I'm at the point where I'm like, you tell me all that, and I go, okay, so them dying in that shipwreck, that was like a sacrifice to the old gods. Like, that's just where I'm at as much as I've read, because, like, you see this shit, and I'm like...
No, what? Yeah.
You know, like, this...
I didn't even, like, honestly, I didn't put that together until you said that, because, yeah, we're talking about the submarine.
Did you hear what I said, though?
What?
The story behind the submarine?
Mm-mm.
So they did a test dive in the Bahamas,
Yeah.
and the hull cracked. The
And they're
carbon
like-
fiber hull cracked. So they're like, okay, it's no big deal. We'll fix it. They put it in a parking lot in Canada, which is where the company's based out of, over the winter in Canada, in a parking lot, uncovered, unprotected,
Oh, fuck!
and then just put it back in the ocean and said, hey, we're going to the Titanic. And then it exploded because
We're
the
gonna-
hull was already cracked. They didn't fix it. They didn't do anything.
We're going to ship out of Nova Scotia, and we're going to see where the Titanic was. Isn't that exciting? God damn, dude.
After it's been exposed to a Canadian winter,
Yes.
completely uncovered, unprotected.
Right.
Carbon fiber's brittle. It's strong as
Carbon
shit, but it's
fiber
brittle.
is only strong as the heat is up. That's carbon fiber cannot handle the
You're at
cold.
a consistent temperature. You don't take it in the warm waters of Bahamas, freeze it in Nova Scotia, and then drop it in the ocean.
I didn't know that. That's kind of wild. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that are done that are kind of like a sacrifice is a wild word to say because I don't want to like seem crazy, but like, yeah, man, like.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You get to a point, you're like, well, that honestly, it makes more sense than anything fucking else. And even if I don't believe it, they believe it.
Well, like I my thing is like, well, tell me exactly what happened. Give me all the facts. Tell me exactly what happened. Like if someone was sitting across from me and said like, hey, so this submarine, we tried it in the Bahamas and it cracked.
I'm not getting on it.
And I'm like, well, fuck, fix everything.
Yeah,
Redesign.
start over.
Yeah, start over,
it.
you dickhead. And then like, if I knew those facts, and they were like, we took it back to Canada, we put a fucking carbon fiber fix on it, and it sat all winter long, and then we're ready now. Oh, you're out of your goddamn fucking mind, dude.
They
No.
didn't even fix it, though.
Oh.
They didn't do anything.
They didn't do
shit.
shit. Oh, they just said like, all right, dope.
Let's just be fine. It's superficial.
I wonder how much water came into the fucking vessel before they made the call.
I don't think any.
None, dude. It just snapped in like a fraction of the second.
Well, there's reports, which those are the reports we see,
Right.
right? And like, if you look at the controller, it looks like a PlayStation controller. I think that might have been like, now that I'm here, like I'm hearing this story now, and then it's like,
There's a really good documentary about it, about the submarine itself. Not about. It doesn't go into the details of the guy's family, which that's something that was uncovered later.
there was a child on board,
really.
13-year-old, his son. With the
With ice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there was a kid on board. God damn. It's so fucking disheartening thinking like there's these fucking psychopaths that can just, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, you know, that makes the tie-in to Bohemian Grove even weirder.
God. The Bohemian, like, Alex Jones, the fucking dude of all dudes, like, I know he has his history, and I know that a lot of people gave him some shit. He went through court.
You gotta give him that one. That's the one you gotta chalk up for.
That motherfucker.
9/11.
No, yeah, 9/11 and Bohemian Grove, I'll give him everything. Alex Jones called 9/11 fucking 2, 3, 4 months before 9/11 happened.
It was almost a year.
Yeah, and he said, call in right now. Tell the legislation that you know what's going on and you're not going to stand for it.
Yeah, it was almost a year.
And like he was on Tucker Carlson and he's like Tucker was like, how are you able to call this? He's like, Tucker, I'm able to just get in a Zen state.
I'm not bragging or nothing. I just know.
Black Hawk helicopters told me this on the White House Square. George Bush, Toby Keith.
I watch his show every day.
I fucking love Alex Jones, dude. I hate to admit it, but I think he's the greatest thing we have right now. And I hate to say that. Like, he's he will say things like today or no, yesterday he was telling me that the Liver King wants to fight Joe Rogan, and I'm like, what the fuck? He got arrested in Austin today. The Liver King. What the fuck is going
I thought
on?
he was dead.
I thought so too.
Really
Nope.
surprising.
Wow.
Because that guy went schizo, and it's like
No,
yeah,
he's
I
not
just-
doing well. His tongue's blue. His eyes are they're different. One eye is dilated. One eye is like
You
diluted.
haven't seen the video.
It's a
They'll be,
stroke.
like talking and like just ranting at the phone of like, "Oh, we've got to fight." Like, man, I've got to protect my family, and then he'll get distracted by something and just go, "Oh, look at this cop."
I'm gonna shit in my shower. I watched all the videos today, dude. I watched them all today, and like I watched the whole thing on my lunch break. I was like, "What the fuck is going on with the Liver King?" Because like, no, the whole Liver King thing. I was like that's not sustainable. Eat a fucking cauliflower,
Yeah.
something, dude. Like
Have you heard of vegetables?
he's ripped, right? He's super jacked.
Oh, yeah.
But he also takes $11,000 worth of steroids a month.
Yeah.
That was proven in the liver documentary thing.
And you admitted it.
He admitted it. Yeah, like eating organs it doesn't make that body.
Well, I would argue like you could live a total carnivore diet, but absolutely that guy doesn't look like that because of natural meat.
You can I will tell you this from my personal experience. I ate most meat as a child, like from the age 5 to 9, we ate mostly like illegal sourced game meat because we're just poor. Like that.
Well, like your body requires less nutrients and pulls them from different areas when you like totally adjust your diet.
Well, it's what is it called? It's the fucking elimination diet. If you put your body in a situation where it's not getting the things it's used to, and you start feeding it the things that like you want to feed it, like you will lose weight, you will feel better. Like if you cut sugar out, or you cut carbs out, or you cut vegetables out, like your body's going to be like it's going to adjust to that.
Yeah, because your body processes things in different orders. So like
You're right.
booze and beer, for example, like your body gets that alcohol and it burns that first
Because it loves it. Because it's a slut for the alcohol.
So it goes, oh, hey, I can burn this real quick and turn it into energy. So it starts prioritizing that. So then
That's why this podcast is so great. We're just fucking running on all cylinders
Just
right
juiced.
now. We're just juiced to the fucking tits.
You're putting NOS in the tank, bro.
I don't know if you can see the YouTube. Look at all these fucking beer cans in front of me. I'm a fucking machine right now.
I am always so impressed when I like see the end of it. I go, damn. And you know, I look around my own desk and it's fucking.
You're halfway through that 15 pack.
I'm the man's man.
Point being, your body will burn stuff before it burns other stuff.
Right, right.
Yeah, eating greens is good and healthy for you, but if you put anything else in your body on top of that, it's going to prioritize burning the other stuff first. So like,
Exactly.
it's not that you can't.
Well, they're harder for your body to process.
Well, yeah, but it's like it's not that it can't, and it's not that it's bad
It's just
for it. But it's
harder.
like if you're only eating meat,
Path of least
or-
resistance.
or
What-
you're drinking booze, but then you eat a bunch of vegetables. It's like your body's gonna go through the booze well before it even tries to bring vegetables.
It's usually chips and hot sauce when I get home. But I get what you're saying. Like, there's nothing in the Liver King's supposed diet that would make him fucking skits out and say like,
That's the interesting part, because usually schizophrenia kicks in your 20s. It's largely in males.
right,
Usually,
like between 20 and 25, that's where schizophrenia kicks up, right?
What's also to say he didn't eat some wild random piece of meat and get some weird prion in his brain, and now he's got fucking mad cow disease or some shit like that.
that's what I'm gonna say. Like, hell, I don't know a ton about steroids. Who knows what the fuck he's taking? I mean, hell, I'm taking Russian nootropics. You can get whatever you want.
How do you feel doing that?
There's
Are you the next Liver King?
I'm not gonna be Liver King. I bet that guy probably took a DMT trip or something and just went wrong.
I think
But,
what I think has happened is like he has starved his diet to a point because he's doing coffee enemas and everything.
There's something major he's done. He's done something that you could, if you had a list of it in front of you, you'd go, "Oh, that's it."
That makes sense. What's crazy is his whole family was on board with it. His whole family went with him to Austin.
I'm sure they didn't get the full story. I mean, I bet they're...
No, he said the fucking video of him loading up the whole tribe in their Mercedes SUVs because he makes $100 million a year. Like that whole, like they were like, okay, my husband's gonna go fight Joe Rogan right now. Let's go to the Four Seasons in downtown Austin and figure this shit out.
Exactly. Well,
is that a money thing? Is that like he?
No. Imagine you're the wife of Liver King. I don't know if he has a wife.
The Liver Queen.
It's the Liver Queen. Will come correct.
Queen, and like your husband is making bank.
Yeah.
He's a household name, and you know he makes content, and he must be doing well because you're living fat. And one day he comes in, he goes, "Hey, we're gonna go to Austin to do something with Joe Rogan for the channel. It's gonna make us much money." She's just.
Do you think? No, do you think the Liver Queen's so ignorant she's not getting on her own Instagram and seeing her husband gorilla walk to the camera?
Yeah, I thought they're white trash losers that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. And suddenly some guy starts making money and they just go, "All right, well, you make money, we'll do whatever."
Well, Liver King was making money before he was a name. He invests.
This kind of money?
Huh?
This kind of money?
He was making bank before he even started doing social media.
Pushing supplements and stuff.
No, before that. He's like an investor guy.
He's you.
He's you. He's you. Will, he's you if you were serious about it.
Well, point being is his job for the last 2 or 3 years has been influencer.
Yeah, no, the influencer shit, like, I've seen so many influencers, like, they succumb to this weird fucking hypnotic, I'm gonna fight everybody shit.
Yeah.
The psychosis, the mania.
I just wouldn't be surprised if somebody around him who was benefiting from it, who didn't know as much about the situation, would just be like, "Okay, you're doing something awesome, okay," and not ask us twice about it.
Yeah,
that would be me.
I get it.
So yeah, I don't think it was an elaborate plot. I think, but I bet he snapped for a very clear reason.
I'd love to hear why he snapped. Like after the fact, he went to jail and had a detox for 24 hours.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a Netflix documentary on it the end of next year. I guarantee you.
Yeah. So like
it'll be on Spike TV.
So Austin PD, they're detectives. Like they said, "Hey Joe, I'm letting you know, like this is what's going on. Joe did the fucking dive I did." And he's like, "Yeah, arrest that guy. He's making terroristic threats." And
I mean, it's so public, and like he's clearly unwell. I think it was just like obviously this guy is now acting on his intent. We got to move in.
Yeah, it's sad. Like to me personally, it's sad seeing someone to just go to that level.
Well, like I said though, it wouldn't surprise me if he got some, prion disease or something.
Yeah,
from something he ate. Considering his diet or something.
He cracked, like there's a video of him like, this is where the bone marrow sits. He eats bone marrow. And he pulled a bone out of the fucking, it's like a heat box that's getting like, he cracked his fucking tooth. You can hear it.
Ugh.
He's
that's
not.
A good point. He could have like a parasite that's untreated or an infection that's untreated. Like you just never went to the dentist and his tooth and just getting it.
We will talk later. Stop.
But like, it's just a wild thing to me. Is like, why now? Like, what about Joe Rogan makes you want to fucking go?
Because he's the most popular. Like, if you're an influencer, what's your goal?
If you want the biggest hit, what are you gonna do? Gonna go after the biggest fish?
I'm going over to Trump. I'm gonna fucking.
That's his industry is influencing. He's
yeah.
That just makes sense that he would be in sites. And like Rogan talks about Liver King, and I'm sure he's like seen those clips and like.
He talks shit, and I've seen clips of him talking shit about the Liver King because he's like, "You made your."
If you're schizo, that's enough. You go, "Oh, he's talking to me now," and suddenly you're hyper focused on it.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But I don't think Rogan's talked about the Liver King in a long time.
Doesn't matter. You're trying to understand crazy man, it'll never work.
I get that. I've been married. I get that.
Last thing on my list here is COG.
Explain.
You guys are not familiar with continuity of government?
I've heard the term.
All right, so basically, you grow up learning the Constitution. When the president gets taken out, it goes to the vice president. After that, it goes, Secretary of State, yada yada.
Yeah.
COG, continuity of government, is the direct, modern replacement of that. Of if you're in extreme wartime and something happens, it moves on, not according to the Constitution, but to maybe military leaders, sort of like a martial law, but for overriding the Constitution. That's kind of been coming up a lot. I mean,
what does the Constitution declare, or does it at all?
Yeah, there's a basic order of.
Yeah. President, Vice President, Secretary of State, but does it declare anything past that?
I think it does.
Yeah, I think there's a clause that basically says if any of those are unavailable, that it defaults to military leadership.
Okay.
Which would be Secretary of Defense, and then after that, it's admirals, generals.
Leader of the House.
Yeah.
It does go down pretty far.
Yeah, well, so this what you're talking about is if everyone's eradicated, then he goes to.
No, it goes around it, because if everyone's eradicated, that's already you're turning into factions and stuff. This is that supersede, creating.
What he's talking about is in case of a major. I think I know what you're talking about. In case of a major emergency, it bypasses the standard and goes directly to military leadership.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it takes the bureaucracy out of play and goes straight to military.
Dude, I had the sweetest speech. Did you have Miss Wilson as a speech teacher?
She retired just before I got in.
It fucking sucks, man. Because she had this super awesome spiel about martial law, and it stuck with me forever. And it no sovereign citizen of America wants martial law ever. If we're free, right? And if you have martial law, then that's someone else pulling the strings for you. I'll never forget that shit.
What a lump of shit.
Don't you dare put that slime on Miss Wilson, dude.
I won't put it on Miss Wilson, but I've totally 180'd on teachers. Teachers have worked the hardest jobs my ass, dude. Teachers suck more than ever, and I've been schooled on so many retarded teachers, it makes me furious.
You gonna say that to Debbie Cannon?
I'll say it to her fucking face.
Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. She'll teach you math you don't even know about, dude.
I just remember so many times, I distinctly remember a teacher telling me something that was just not true at all.
Well, no. I've had those teachers too, but there's some teachers that even to this day, I'm yeah, they were good teachers.
Yeah, but they're just second moms. That's why you like them, not because of anything they taught you.
That makes sense. My mom was not the best at that time. She's great now. I love my mom.
She's the best.
I remember specifically Miss Dean.
Bullshit. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I remember one time I had heard this, I learned it. I was so anything with mass has gravity. Everything with mass has a gravitational pull. That's a factor of gravity, and we just don't notice it because obviously Earth's so massive, its gravity overrules everything. And she goes, no, only Earth has gravity.
No, that's a wild thing to say.
A teacher told you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, a science teacher.
Miss Dean, yeah.
In Harmony?
Yeah.
That checks out.
I'm just saying there were some teachers in Harmony that I put
not that one.
Not that one, no. My daughter had the fucking coolest fucking question for me the other day. she said, if you invent a true hoverboard that can suspend our gravity, and you were to jump on that hoverboard, does the world spin around it?
That's how warp drives work. It's the same concept.
Listen, she saw Back to the Future. She saw a hoverboard.
Mm-hmm.
But she was asking, like, if the hoverboard is truly hovering.
Or you staying still and the world is moving underneath you.
Yeah.
That's how warp drives work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
My 12-year-old daughter. Go ahead. Go ahead, Will. Shit on my 12-year-old daughter's fantasy right now.
No. In fact, I would say that's an excellent question.
Dude, it fucked me up. I was like, no. If you have a hoverboard, you could fucking scoot across town. She was like, no, if it's truly hovering and it's not part of this world spin.
Independent from the gravitational pull of Earth. Yes.
Yeah. It will spin underneath you.
Unless it has propulsion.
All my bullshit semantics would just be about just that semantics. Like the true beauty is like, wow, that's a great way of thinking about it. Let's explore all the ways that this could make sense. That's an awesome thing.
Yeah, but Iran's making nuclear weapons and we need to figure things out now.
When we get done, Jameson and I had a wild text conversation last week. I'm going to read it to you. It was about space travel. And he was asking like legitimately awesome questions. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
We're in it.
Yeah, Carrington, she like spit that to me on our way back to her mom's house. And I was like, this is not the question to ask right now.
We don't have 2 hours.
Because I was like, if it's truly a gravitational, like, if it's pushed away from our...
Well, theoretically, that's how the UAP's engines work.
Yeah. That's what I know.
So,
Bro, who was the cameraman for the moon landing?
Nobody. It's Stanley Kubrick. and it was in England. It was in England because at the time, he was he was shooting Brandywine. And then... What is that? Space Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2001, Space Odyssey.
Like, how the fuck... Okay, honestly, how the fuck... Will, I would love to hear your input on this. How is everything in our fucking... Like, the things we've been a part of, technological, how has it gotten better, cheaper, and faster, except for fucking space travel? Everything in this fucking world has gotten smaller, cheaper, faster. Except for getting back to the fucking moon. The moon that actually has the minerals supposedly that would like would do good for us.
Hadn't been back since 69.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You're telling me you think humans could survive going through the Van Allen belt?
I don't. I'm just saying what the information that they have told us, like what the fuck is going on.
Same reason we haven't explored more of the ocean.
Bro, that's why I'm not even at this point. I'm not even sure space exists. Like you're gonna have to talk me back into it. I'm not just gonna say okay.
What is it? So like when you look at the sky, if you go in your backyard, you live in Austin, you can't see stars. But like if you,
it's just Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Huh?
I lived in Dallas. That was way worse. I can see a lot better than that.
Okay, but like you see,
he looks up at Stevie Ray Vaughan.
How dare you? So like when you see the things above us, like what is that? Is that just?
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't either. I'm just done. My point being is
Accent lighting.
Assumptions.
Well, like you look at other fucking civilizations that come before us, they see the constellations that we see every night. They program their whole thing around.
That's not there, but like how much of the shit you believe is something you learned in 4th grade, and how much do you trust that? It's
I don't know.
I have no fucking answer, but it's more like
The only thing in 4th grade I was worried about is kissing Ashley McConnell.
There you go. That's probably still the most important thing right now.
No, I've got so many more important things than that. But I'm just letting you know, in 4th grade, Ashley McConnell was number 1 on my list. I don't give a shit about anything Mr. Stevens said.
Fuck
Hey,
space.
shouts out Ashley.
Shout out Ashley McConnell. If y'all know Ashley McConnell, tag her in the post.
Let her know.
Let her
I'm
know.
saying, like, I mean, come on. As fucked as NASA is, just being a non-
God damn, I can't even fucking, like, I'm glad SpaceX is a thing, but it's not.
You think he's on the good guy side? Give me a
after this fucking last week, after hearing about all the things he's been a part of, his grandparents and all like that, I don't know anymore.
Bro, you gotta stop thinking that, this guy's in a major media spotlight. He's one of the... Tucker Carlson's one of the good guys. He's saying one of the...
I never said Tucker... Hey, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I want to be... No, I just want to be on record saying I've never thought Tucker Carlson was one of the good guys.
I'm just saying, if they're that big and that forefront...
I've made fun of Elon making a Roman salute from day one.
That was a tough one. I don't know how you got past that.
I don't either. I have no idea. I've never been a fan of anybody that's that much in the spotlight.
But my point being is, like, you remember how I was saying earlier...
But Trump
like,
coin's okay.
Every technological innovation starts as a military thing. It's a dual-use thing. Like Starlink, like, I want to give internet to everyone in the world. It's like, well, now...
Oh, well,
there's
fuck me.
a way to fucking fry you or track you or do whatever they want across the world. Like, we have such a satellite dominance that there is no place you can bug out to.
Well, hold on. If you don't believe in space, how do you believe in satellites?
They're not past the Van Allen belts.
Well,
if you measure space and how many atmospheres...
So the Van Allen belt is like the last... It's in the last 3 of the last atmospheres you have to pass before you're in outer space, correct?
Yeah, it's like one of the last things you have to go through, and it's like extreme punishing radiation.
That's why they said this. That's why they said the footage would never survive.
Off the top of your head, how far out is the Van Allen belt?
Oh, buddy, you're gonna call me out like that? Let's see.
If you're gonna talk shit, we gotta have facts.
Do you know what I do for a living?
He makes satellites.
Bro, I thought Truck Beers was all about getting drunk and talking shit about...
No, I'm just...
No, we
I-
just...
like,
No. You're right. Yeah, Truck Beers is...
No. I'm about to land this one. I'm gonna land it perfectly somehow. I'm gonna say 56 miles up.
I think you're 10 miles under.
Because, like, the atmosphere ends at, like, 60, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I thought it would be at the end. So maybe if it's a little after 60.
The inner belt is 600 to 3,700 miles.
Oh shit.
The outer belt is 9,300 to 15,500 miles.
So satellites can float.
22,000 miles out.
Yeah.
We know that because of math, how long signal takes to bounce.
Yeah. So that's where the satellites are roaming.
They're outside the Van Allen.
So the International Space Station, according to Will, is fake.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you remember when those astronauts were stuck up in there, and they were stuck up in there for much longer than their mission was planned for?
Yeah, like 8 months longer.
8 months.
They had Santa Claus hats to celebrate Christmas. How'd they get those?
Ooh. That's a warm thought, dude.
Yeah. Maybe they just have like decorations in the closet like I do.
Oh yeah, they have there's so much extra space on the ISS. They have a junk closet like we all do.
The whole thing's a piece of junk, man. It's falling apart. Scoot.
So
I don't understand how international conflicts exist if we have a space station that everybody's cool with.
I get that.
I get
with
that.
you on
That's
that.
a fucking 100. You've won me back over. I would love for someone to like give me just true evidence that space is fake. But I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah.
I'll be right back. I have to go destroy my children.
Yeah, go show them what space is about.
Show them a can opener.
Yeah.
Whoop
Whoop ass, motherfucker. I would love to fucking like. I think space. I would love it.
Well, are you familiar? I'm sure you're familiar with like game theory, right?
Yeah.
And that would explain like Schrodinger's cat because it works.
Yeah, if you never get there. Exactly. No, there's so many different theories that you can apply.
And yeah, and I don't necessarily subscribe wholeheartedly to any of them. I think game theory definitely helps us understand a lot of phenomena. I mean, like just as much as like Newton's laws help us understand and describe physics, but until you.
But like, what is that though?
Well, it doesn't matter.
No.
The point is like how we can understand it and exploit it and use it. But
Yeah.
then So it's like we have that as an understanding, but then you get to quantum physics, and suddenly our rules don't work anymore. So you have to make
Right.
new rules. And so our new one is game theory, which helps understand a lot of the stuff we don't. But like they're all just looking at the same thing from a different angle. We
So-
have a long way to go to fully understand the whole picture.
So the Spotify listeners, they've heard me say this 1,000 times. I hope when I die, they take the fucking console off my eyes and they're like, "Damn, dude,
You did good.
you did good."
Yeah.
Like you kind of like concentrate on the kids for a while. That's wild, but like we get it. You experimented with psychedelics at a young age. It's kind of surprising that you went this far in life. Like I like the 3-Body Problem. Like that.
Great show.
God damn, dude, and it's a great book. Like there's so many things that point that this whole thing is not what we think it is.
Well, and my point was just again like I'm not saying I have the answer for it, but like there are so many things that make more sense and so many ways that the things we grew up with don't make sense.
Right. Do I believe space is real? I do. At where I stand right now, do I believe we were on the moon? I don't. I have no idea. The only reason why I say that was like when I was 9 years old, my dad bought me this fucking dope ass telescope and I looked at a moon. So thousands of people swarm in and say the moon's not real. The moon is like not as far as we think it is.
Well, do you know the origins of flat Earth theory?
It's biblical.
Well, somewhat, but more than that, for like the true origins, it's a mindset. It's not that, at least at the beginning, it's not that they truly believe that the Earth is flat, but it's like if you can switch your brain to like not just accept main things,
Yeah.
it gets you in a position of like total openness for other things. So it's like, when I say I don't know if space exists, it's not because I have some hard factual evidence.
Right,
It's just like,
right. Well, I'll tell you on my part, I'm having the hardest time not believing there was a civilization called the Tartarians and they built a whole economy here in the North America that we came back and eradicated.
Yeah, or that, obviously that the Atlanteans existed and they
Yeah.
built the pyramids and that the Egyptians...
It's wild that, like, it's...
They just moved in and tried... Like, the third pyramid was built by Egyptians trying to mimic the first two, and it looks so shitty and it sucks.
Well, there's so many pyramids in Egypt. Like, there's the Red Pyramid, the Ben Pyramid, the Pyramid of Giza. Like, there's a lot of pyramids, and, like, none of them are... Like, they show the greatness of...
Pyramids in every country.
Yeah. There's pyramids in Mexico. I've actually sat foot at the Chichen Itza pyramid, and it's real, and it's great.
I think this is a David Icke theory, if I remember correctly.
Careful.
But do you know, it's like, I think it's his theory that he's like, actually I take that back. It's probably not his theory because he's an atheist. But the thought is that we are all, actually I'm going to say this is my own theory because I've thought about it so much and added my own shit to it.
It took you
And
20
we are
seconds to
all-
do that. Hell yeah, Budweiser.
You like that?
I do. I'm here for it.
We're all higher beings on a much higher plane. We choose to separate from God and lower ourselves from higher dimensions down to the third dimension to live life on Earth because you will experience things on Earth that it can only experience in a corporeal body, not in like a seventh dimensions thing. So like you willingly choose to have your memory and understanding of the internet of the universe wiped so that you can live a human life. And some people
Well, that's
choose
It's the
to do
voluntary
hard,
fallen angel theory. I've heard that before.
yeah. That's
well, it's not fallen angel.
I think that's what they call it though. It's the same it's the same concept.
we decided to do this.
It was a decision to not be a celestial being, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
You
live in paradise, and paradise becomes boring. That you want to lower yourself to be tempted by lower order demons.
Well, you want the option of free will.
Yeah, that's why we're above angels, because angels are created for subservience and they cannot do anything, but humans have free will. So like, it's one thing to be created and only be able to love God, as opposed to having free will and choosing to love God.
Yeah.
I hope that's true. I hope when I die, they're like, "What'd you think?"
Fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Some of it was great.
I'll never do that again.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah.
Well, that also feeds into the idea of reincarnation, and
Yeah.
It makes a lot of, like, Buddhists are technically atheists or not Christian followers, but a lot of Buddhist beliefs are more beliefs that apply to those higher realms of thinking.
Well, I know that there has been documented cases of children that have recapped lives that they have. Like today, today I watched a video and it was about a kid that was like, I was an actor in Los Angeles, California. I had a Rolls Royce. I lived. He gave the street number and everything.
Did you hear the one? It wasn't very long ago. It was this little girl was like, I'm this so and so, Betsy. What I don't remember the names. And she kept having dreams about it.
Yeah.
And she would tell her mom about the dream. And her mom was like, oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about it. And she's like, no, this is who I am.
Yeah.
This is from as soon as she could talk.
Yeah.
She started talking about this.
Yeah.
And so her mom did the research and found the person who she was talking about. And the story is exactly like, she's like, I died in a fire, blah, 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 whatever.
Right.
And like all the details were exactly correct.
It's that whole shit like bugs me.
It's wild.
Cause like, if I lived a whole entire life,
I barely want to do this once.
yeah,
But you would get bored. Imagine just
living in excellence,
Fucking Groundhog Day.
living in eternity, and just being exactly what you're supposed to be every day of your life. Days don't even matter. Time is irrelevant.
Well, that's the beauty of it. Again, like an angel. I remember who told me this. I think this is going to actually ruin me in the.
Was it your sister?
It was a rabbi I had in a Kabbalah class in college. But he said angels don't have knees because they can't kneel and pray to God. But what he was trying to say was that they're designed to do that. But like, that's the beauty of choosing to follow God, is if you have no choice and you have to do what you do, that's not nearly on the same level as choosing to do something.
It's the voluntary subservience.
Exactly.
Yeah. That sucks.
That's the true beauty.
Coming in 2027, Truck Beers presents Voluntary Subservience.
We'll be
Here.
the voice of the revolution.
Here, hold this. I gotta pee.
Can we play bowling?
Go away.
So, alright, I know you've been going long. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but you did just remind me of one last
Now I'm gonna sit.
Oh yeah. Remote viewing. What do you guys know about that?
I'm very interested in it, and I know that I don't know enough about it to make an educated
Why can't I
opinion.
have chicken nuggets?
Go
So
away. Right.
I don't know all fully in it. There was one guy on Rogan a few weeks ago. I'm trying to find his name right now, but he was like a dude that was overseeing a lot of those operations. But the one thing that I pulled from it that was new, because obviously if you didn't know anything about it, you know kind of some stories and what the whole thing's about. The new piece of info that really blew my mind was that anyone could do it. And so he would have, obviously, his gaggle of remote viewers that could prove that he could do it. And then he would have some...
Dog, I'm trying to break into remote viewing right now.
Yeah, me and Matt Smith have been talking about this a lot.
Apparently, there's a book. And, like, because, like, they would do these operations...
Do you know the name of this book? I've been trying to find it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's been trying to tell me this book.
Not a real published book. It's because, like... This is what I'm trying to say. Like, the guy who's the head of it would have a military honcho come in and go, okay, I know you're fucking with me. This isn't real. Yeah, and then he'd be like, here's how we can prove it's real. We'll get you to do it. And so they would get them to, like, get in the scenario and tell them how to, like, get into the groove of it. And then even those military guys would do it, and that's what proved to them that it worked and would keep their funding going.
So, Will, do you listen to this podcast like every week?
Rogan's only if I think it's interesting. Like, I don't give a fuck if Tom Segura's on there or something.
No. Do you listen to this podcast every week? I'm not Rogan.
This specific podcast, our podcast,
Oh.
the one you're on right now.
The one you're on right now. Do you listen to it?
Not every week. Sometimes, pretty often, but not religiously.
So I the past couple of episodes I've been talking about, like, I have severe sleep paralysis. I've had it forever. I have the hardest time, like, overcoming that. Like, I have just terrible sleep paralysis. And then me and Matt have, like, kind of, like, done some research and kind of figured some stuff out. And, like Chris Ramsey, do you know who that guy is? He does Debriefed.
It really rings a bell.
Yeah.
I probably would if I seen his face.
He's a magician. He does, like, he would solve weird puzzles on Facebook, but he also has, like, an incredible podcast where he interviews dudes in the UFO field, but he also does everything else. Like, he does dudes that could do remote viewing. He did a whole podcast series on YouTube about, like, how you can set yourself up for remote viewing, and it involves, like, shit sleep habits, remote viewing, like having sleep paralysis, that kind of thing. And like, that's where I'm at right now, is like, I'm trying to figure out if sleep paralysis is something beneficial to me. I would love to figure that out.
Man, have you ever heard the podcast War Mode?
Yeah, he went to the Madison Institute.
Yeah, well, he's like in the same bucket. Like, he says he has sleep paralysis, and he went to the Madison Institute.
And he couldn't fucking do anything with it.
And he tried to get into lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
So it sounds like what you're trying to do is lucid dream, and the only time I've
Well, no, it's different. I can lucid dream, but the lucid dreaming is so much different than sleep paralysis. Like, I know.
I've never experienced that in my life, so
Right.
it's such a foreign idea to me.
So it's like, just imagine that you're able to know where you're at, but you can do nothing about it. That's what sleep paralysis is. Lucid dreaming, I can do that. Like, if I'm dreaming, I can be like, yeah, I'm going to fucking take control now. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I don't. Do you have a sleep paralysis demon?
Yes, I've had a handful of times where there is something in the room with me. Like, I have felt the bed move, if that makes sense. Like, something's kneeling beside me, and it's like right there, and I could feel that presence. So
There's a movie that portrays it really well. And there's this little gremlin that like sits on your chest, and I've heard a lot of people.
So I've never had anything sit on my chest. I've had, like, every, like, sleep paralysis episode, that's what I'll call it. Like, every one I've had has been like I know that I should wake up, and then I'm trying to wake up, and like so when my kids stay with me, one of the kids will sleep in the bed with me, just like. And I all three of my kids know if, like, dad's, like, moaning in his sleep, like, saying, like, wake me up, like, they will shake me awake. Because it's terrifying. It's like, if that's what a coma feels like, I never want to experience it. Because...
So, as someone, again, I hear that's a very popular thing that people talk about now. And, but I've never experienced it. But my initial instincts are like a combination of probably some vitamin deficiencies, but also largely stress dream. Like, I feel like you're probably just stressed as hell. And
Yeah.
thinking about so much bad shit that you're just having terrible lock-up sleep.
Well, like, some people say that the whole dream scenario starts in your kidneys. Right?
How much sugar do you eat?
Huh?
How much sugar do you intake?
I don't really do much sugar at all, actually.
Excellent. I mean, it's, I don't know, something about it.
There's
just
sugar
feels
in
like-
beer. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't intake sugar at all, but like there's so much sugar in beer. But
What are you drinking? Sodas?
no, I don't drink much. I drink coffee and water and beer. That's about the whole liquid intake I have.
That's a real Texan diet.
Yeah, I know where I'm at.
I don't know. So the thing about sleep paralysis, nothing about it to me screams any sort of supernatural connection. To me, it seems like
You need to understand. Like, I hope you understand who you're talking to. I don't want anything supernatural. Like, I love conspiracy theories. I love like talking about them, and like supernatural shit doesn't make sense to me. Like.
Well, in that case, I bet you could do a good bit of research and probably find some info. I'll look into it myself.
I have been like, we've had people in this podcast and like we've been in the room and like we've had things go off that like we can't explain.
Whoa, poltergeist type level?
Yes. Matt Collier, like if you look back on our Instagram, you'll see a video of Matt Collier with a flashlight in his ear, and that flashlight is off. And the only way that flashlight would come on if like the circuit is complete by like any kind of energy. And that fucking flashlight starts flashing. And during that podcast, I was being kind of a shitty person. I was being kind of an asshole. And I was like, so I raised my hand up to stretch, you know? And like as I'm doing that in this room, I felt like a cold blast of air. And I go, hey, I feel a cold blast of air. So we started like trying to like devolve that. Like, is the air conditioner on? The owner of the store was like, no, the air conditioner is completely off. Whatever you're feeling is on your own. So I go, Matt, feel this. Matt puts his hand up and he's like, yeah, it's cold right here. And we're like, what the fuck is this? And the guy that's supposed to be like a psychic who can see ghosts, he's like, there is a spirit right over your shoulder trying to communicate right now. And I was like, no fucking way. Like very, I was very, I don't know. After that whole thing, I kind of was like, I'll give you credit because like there's some things that happened today that I can't explain. Like that's just truth.
That's a tough one.
It was wild, man. Like, so these guys get like voice recordings. So me and Matt went through our podcast. Like we went through it through like a fine-tooth comb. Because like at one point someone says like I hear EVP in your podcast, right? So we started listening to our podcast with a fucking fine-tooth comb. We found 2 EVPs in the next podcast talking to those guys. And we can't explain it. We went through the whole recording software and like no one was talking. Like we don't know who that voice was. Like I'm telling you, like the supernatural shit, like it scares the shit out of me. We haven't went back to it because it scares the fuck out of me. Because like we tried to explain it away and we can't.
Sure. Well, like one recurring theme that kind of keeps popping up across every little thing you look into is all about, frequencies.
Yeah.
Resonating with frequencies and things like that.
Yeah.
And a big thing in like Christianity and outside of that is like saying certain words will resonate within you. And so like a lot of prayers up and speaking good into the world and saying certain things will like objectively raise that. So like if you really take that as a truth and like explore what that.
Well, if you look at what words are just
thoughts. They're a container of thoughts, and a thought is just like a fifth dimensional thing in your brain,
So like in Hindu like culture with like yoga and things like that, they do chants. They do certain sound frequency chants. And everyone feels
the idea of taking something from a higher order and bringing it into a third dimension, like people like would say like you're just a bag of chemicals. Your brain is just a chemical thing. It's like, well, what is an idea? Can you take a thought
Explain an idea. Yeah, absolutely.
and explain that as like a chemical? And
No.
Then, like, then you take a word, and a word is like it's not third dimensional in that it's
People
physical
that-
thing,
that-
but it's lower dimension of a concept. You know.
So people that will say that an idea is just something chemical, they've never played music. They've never been in a room with a bunch of musicians and you start writing shit on the spot. and you're
And then every musician says a great song they wrote. They go, "How'd you think of that?" And they say, "No,
Just
I
happens.
Just tapped into this.
It just happens.
It wrote itself. I just
It wrote
done
itself.
now."
Yeah, the muse shit that to me is like some higher being giving us an idea.
Sorry, I just had to get gum out of my kid's hair.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that kind of is what ties everything into that vibrational theory of
Yeah.
like taking something from a higher order and bringing it down to a lower order.
Well,
And also the reverse is possible. So you can take these words and translate them and create a higher resonance into the higher dimensions.
Well, like the Tartarian people, they look at all the cathedrals that have the bells, and most bells are grounded. They don't even ring anymore. And they will say, like, these bells used to sound bad, like, everybody in this community. And, like, it was enough to, like, set them down the road in a great mood, you know, help them out.
Yeah.
There you go. It's hard to find a universal thing to tie everything together, but that
Music's
seems to be
powerful.
most of the people.
Music's powerful in general.
Yeah. I fucking love you, Will. I want you to come to East Texas so you can just do this in person.
No, yeah, sorry I had a blast off, but I had my opportunity. I took it. And, no, yeah, I definitely want to come see you guys and do it in person.
Yeah, I would love that tremendously. Thank you for being here with us today. You've opened our shit up a little bit.
Hey, it was good to finally talk to you, other than just through comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
Big pleasure, man. I love watching y'all. I follow, maybe not as much as I should, but as much as I can.
No, you're good. We get it.
It's good enough.
It's good enough. Now that we have a highfalutin sign, we're going to be more professional, so you need to get on board before it goes.
Our standards accidentally got lifted.
Yeah.
Listen, I see great things for you guys. Keep on keeping on. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right,
brother.
I love you, brother.
Love you guys. Peace.
Peace. My phone's about to die.
All right. Well, I think that's a good spot to end it.
That's
anyway.
a great spot to end it on.
Hey, instead of circling back, let's just square up next time. Have you seen that? How about instead of we stop saying, let's circle back on that topic at work?
We just
Just
fucking...
say, hey, but we right now.
Someone tells me you're going to square up. I'm
I
taking
knew-
my
we're
fucking
gonna
hat off.
divide, yeah.
I'm taking my hat off and gloves off. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want to square up?
Anyway,
Fucking figure it out, homie.
we love you guys. Take care of each other.
Please love each other.
hey-
This fucking world's getting wild right now, dude.
We're not at war this week, but let's see what happens.
Let's just be kind.
All right. Love y'all. Take care.
Come.
Bye. Oh, okay.
Have you ever wanted to try an elixir that they made in like a mountain, like a bunch of witches around a cauldron? They're stirring it up, and you tried it, and it's like the perfect thing.
It's like you visit your local alchemist and get the one thing you've been missing.
Yeah, it's not like other brands where you drink it and you shit your pants and you have the jitters.
Right.
I think we have found the elixir of the
Or
gods.
you're talking about Dubby?
I'm talking about Dubby.
So Dubby is an energy drink blend that has no bullshit in it. It's on their website. No other BS. No maltodextrins, no fillers, no artificial colors, no artificial dyes. It's no sugar. It's caffeine, coffee fruit extract, nootropics, and B vitamins.
I don't know if you know what nootropics are. It's the precursor that makes your brain work at you ever seen Limitless
Yeah.
with Bradley Cooper?
Yeah.
Or Lucy?
He takes that
with
weird
Scarlett
pill.
Johansson?
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
Yeah. It's the real version.
It's the real version. You will be firing on all cylinders. You'll be able to make great decisions and work your ass off because me and you are both blue collar and we have to do that.
Yeah, we've got kids, we've got lives, we've got jobs. We have to survive.
And you can buy it for right now for what, $39?
So an entire tub is $39.99, and that's 30 servings.
And that, if you look at what you buy monthly,
Yeah.
with
So
your
like
other products.
a Red Bull is $3 to $5 depending on what size you buy it.
Right.
that I probably shouldn't say names, but we're all consumers. We understand.
Yeah.
Other energy drinks are expensive.
Right.
This one's affordable. And if you go to w.gg, buy something, check it out, put in the promo code TRUCKBEERS, all one word, TRUCKBEERS, you get 10% off.
And that's going to help you out in the long run, and it helps us out.
Yeah.
So if you love truck beers,
transparency, we get a kickback.
Yeah. If you love truck beers and you also don't want to feel like a zombie,
yeah, try it.
Try it out. Let us know what you think.
And if you're not looking for energy, they also offer hydration packets and other things also that are also the same formula without the caffeine.
So give it a shot. It's at w.gg.
Yep. Promo code
TRUCKBEERS.
TRUCKBEERS.
Kisses.
Love you.